What's good? What's good, fam? What's good, yo? Y'all impatient Negroes leaving out before the damn intro over with. What's good with the family? Salute to my brother, Mr. New Orleans himself, man. Skills, what's good with it, Brody? Opulent, what's good with it, family? What's good with it, bro? How y'all bros feeling? MP, what's good with it, my bro? How y'all feeling? How is y'all feeling, man? Y'all had to come back and do another live. I feel like it's too much time left in the day, man. What's going on with y'all good people, man? You know what? Hold on. Turn this camera on a little bit for y'all, man. My bad, y'all. Turn this camera on a little bit for a second. Demetrius Bright, what's good with it, bro? Appreciate you for sliding through. I got on this all black like I'm going to a funeral and shit. That's how I'm feeling today. What's good with y'all, man? What's good? What's going on with y'all, man? You know your boy like to double up from time to time and do 2 lives. This would be my second one, so y'all know how that go, man. Y'all know I like to have a conversation. Being that we seen the addition of two recent fighters that moved to 140. We all know who those are, and we just seen a 140 pound fight over the weekend, man, and it just had me thinking. You know what I'm saying? We seen a couple new guys, like I said, made they 140 pound debuts. You got Josh Taylor losing belts left and right. Every time you turn around, that dude dropping another belt or getting stripped, vacated, whatever, man. I don't even understand why he's still there. Black and shirts. Yeah, man. Slimmer look. Oh, I'm slim anyway, so me wearing black scales just make me look like the beanpole that I actually am, bro. Kano was good with it, bro. Appreciate you for sliding through. I had to come back with another one. I just wanted to chop it up. Nothing too crazy. Nothing. I don't have no fake breaking news and none of that stuff that people be doing. But I just being that we've been watching these fights, man. yeah, that black don't do me. Don't do your boy just no favors, bro. That black tear me up. I switched to another laptop, so I got my bigger laptop now, the newer laptop. So y'all can see me. I hope y'all can see me. Get this light out my face a little bit better. Because my damn lights that was around my banner, I think my wire got a short in it or something, man. I don't even touch this shit. I was just going to go out on me like that, man. Fuck my light up. And I got to get another one. Damn, lights went out on your boy. But yeah, man. I like to have conversation, man. Sometimes I try to steer a conversation that not everybody is having. And it's always going to be within logic and reason, always. Like I said, we seen 2 guys in specific move up and make their debuts at 140. We seen Ryan clout chasing Garcia move to 140 and fight. What's his fucking name? Javier Fortuna Fish. And that was an easy win for him. We knew what that was gonna be then. So he got an easy knockout and a guy that really ain't have shit to offer him. And then we got to see delusional Teofimo have his debut at 140 against Pedro Campa. Definitely a get back fight for him. Like I said, I mean for both of them, but we had to be honest. If I had to be honest, I think Teofimo had the more credible, solid opponent. I think he definitely had a higher level than Ryan Garcia right now in terms of what he's proved in the ring thus far and where he's at. From a maturity standpoint, but I tell you what, where Ryan and T are eerily similar is they talk too much. They're not they don't do themselves any favors by talking so much. You get what I'm saying? Like, you show, if you want to see them like contradict themselves or make themselves look crazy, or say some shit that you gonna have you scratching your head, or you just cram a microphone and a camera under one of them dudes' face, and you gonna see just how much Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez got in common. Sneaky move up basically with proper announcement. Yeah, without proper announcement. Skills, you know what it was, bro. They know you making your announce. They see, the thing is, they don't want to announce that they at 140. Like, they don't want to make it like a PSA, like, hey, I'm at 140 now. Target on my back. I'm food. Like, you get what I'm saying? Ryan definitely ain't trying to do that. But Teofimo nonetheless is doing the same thing to a degree, but slight difference is Teofimo acting like he more ready for all the top guys. And like, that's what I said. That's one of the things I do over here, man. And like I said, I'm new, so people gonna get it. Sometimes it's just worth having a conversation. I ain't here to break news. Like, I'm here to have some conversations, because I think some of these things are gonna happen anyway. You got all these players at 140. People gonna have to start mixing it up. The belts damn near scattered around again. And last time I checked, Josh Taylor only got one belt. But y'all see the thumbnail because, I put top 10, junior welterweights, 140 pounders, man. And I listed them from 1 through 6. And I listed the top 10 in the description, like, just to kind of give people a basis of where I'm going with this conversation. And I believe at number 10 was Montana Love. Tell her I said, what's going on, man? Appreciate it, man. I'm just over here trying to do my thing, stay active on these YouTube streets, man. You know how that be. But yeah, man. We seen Montana Love fight not too long ago too, man. So at the end of the day, I mean, they got him ranked number 10, Montana Love. So, I'm pretty much asking y'all, like, who? My bad, y'all. I'm just thinking that this is an interesting conversation for 140, being that you got some new players, and then you got the usual suspects that been there. Lady Skills, yes, yeah, okay, that's what I'm gonna call it. Yeah, Lady Skills, yeah, that's a perfect name. But yeah, man, I stopped the cutoff at 10 because after 10, man, not that much matter. Like, not as much, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they got Montana Love at number 10 at 140. They got Matias at number 9, Barboza at 8, Catterall at 7, Gary Antuanne is 6, Teofimo is 5th. Why would Teofimo be over Gary Antuanne? I'm guessing that got something to do with the success he had at 35. But I don't see how that would have anything to do with what he did at 40. But whatever. I'm not even going to try to figure that out. But anyway, then they got Zepeda over Teofimo. Then they got Jose Ramirez and 3rd. Regis Prograis 2nd. Josh Taylor is 1st. I think that's a real list. And you know what's crazy? The good thing about top 10, or the good thing about the top 10 at 140 in specific, you can mix up most of these guys and get a good fight. You get what I'm saying? Just because, somebody is lower on the list, like according to this ranking that I'm looking at, what I mean? It don't mean that they won't get a guy that's a couple numbers, a couple spots ahead of them, a good fight. Like, shit. I mean, you think about it. Who in the top 10 at 140 can't you match up with each other? You know what I'm saying? Like, realistically, like, who could you? And they got Brandon Lee at 14th. Okay, Brandon Lee at 14. Where Pedro Campa at? Pedro Campa ass probably ain't even ranked, yo. Jesus, bro. Yeah. So again, like, Omar got completely wild. He was fighting, not boxing. Oh, that's how he always fight. Skills. He don't box never. I knew that's why I knew he was gonna lose. All I needed to see was like, what was it like? He lost to Ugas. I think he won did he win at the in between then and then lose the D-Man was good with it, bro. Appreciate you sliding through. Yeah, I knew Skills. I knew and you know I took personal satisfaction in seeing him get destroyed. I ain't even gonna hold you. Once he talked that crazy shit about AB, I wasn't rocking with him, man. I couldn't. Nah, he ain't got no feet, man. He ain't got no feet. He ain't got no damn defense. I'm gonna be honest, man, while we on it, you know, because we could jump around back and forth. All conversations on deck. Y'all know how I do over here, man. All conversations on deck. But this dude style was bound to crash and burn. And that's no disrespect to him. Like that type of style that I'm gonna block punches professionally, like with my face and my chin, like in my head. Like, nah, bro. Like, and he lucky that he survived and he made it to 32 years old in his sport. And you know what's ironic? He might have been 32 years when he retired, but you know he had time out of the ring because he was dealing with some issues and stuff like that. So I'm telling you, that style, I'm just not a fan of people that don't think defense matter. I don't care how you punch. I don't care how you can punch. Unless you are Deontay Wilder, and even that, at some point you need skill. So you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, unless you fucking night quilling everybody as soon as you hit them, I think it would be best for you to, you know, focus on skill rather than just trying to you know what I mean, out fight everybody. You're not gonna be able to you're not gonna out fight everybody, bro. You're just not gonna do it. Josh was good with it, my bro. Appreciate you sliding through. Yeah, man, you just not gonna outfight everybody. You're not gonna outdog everybody. Some people you're gonna have to show more dimensions to your fight game than just you know offense and seeing if you could just outwill and out hustle your guy. Like that shit don't always work, man. And I think Omar Figueroa is 32 years old. He should have known that already. And it was confusing because he talked in the meetings like he was gonna come show a different element to his game instead of trying to, you know, take any and every shot. Like, you know what I mean? I think the minute he tried to reinvent himself, like whether that was mentally or physically, or it was a fight that took place where he mentally just said, you know what? I'm not gonna be Omar Figueroa no more. I'm not gonna come in here. I'm not gonna he said train from his garage. Skills, he probably did. My bad. I didn't even see that comment. Josh was good with it, bro. Yeah, he probably did. But with Omar, to me, it wasn't even a training. You know what? He was small. He had that weight off him. But you know what I'm interested in knowing or finding out? How did he get the weight off? You get what I'm saying? Because he looks frail. He did not, when that boy took his shirt off. Nah, don't get me wrong, y'all. I ain't like I'm sitting here staring at niggas and shit, but when that man took his shirt off, you know how a motherfucker like raise their hands up and they just make your chest small. My bad, yeah. Y'all know how when you lift your arms up and shit, your chest naturally gets smaller. It looked like Omar Figueroa was doing that the minute he took his shirt off. Nah, you gotta lift your arms up, take the shirt off. It's like he never put his arms back down. His chest stayed the same size it was when his arms was up when he tried to take this shit. Yo. Oh my God, yo. Oh man, I gotta chill, yo. Y'all crazy, man. Omar, I'm telling you, as somebody, what did they do to get the weight off of this camp though? Starve him? Like the boy his neck was little as hell, his head looked big. You know he cut his hair. You know Omar was used to having more up top. You know, the boy done got like a little buzz cut and shit. He looked hungry as hell. He looked hungry and he took that shirt off. I said, oh shit. He about to lose. Yo, shit. Omar Figueroa chest is the same size as my son shit when he took his shirt off. Yo. Oh man, yo. Oh man. He took some very hard shots. He lucky he didn't face a known destroyer. A skills, but he did though. Sergey Lipinets at 40 is a killer. That's not the same fighter at 47. 47 is too much weight, I believe, for Sergey Lipinets. I don't believe he's comfortable at 47, and he still can compete at that level. I just think the skill level is a bit much, and then the size difference is a factor, is a problem, is an issue for Lipinets at 47. That's why I believe he looks so much stronger at 40. But bro, yo, when he took his shirt off, yo, it's like he left his arms up and his chest just stayed that size. Y'all looked at that boy. I said, yo, quick thought went through my head. I said, he looked hungry as hell, bro. Kind of diet they got that boy on, man. Oh, what the fuck Omar was doing for this camp, but that boy ain't eating, man. They got why they ain't feed that man? And they wonder why he lost, bro. Y'all not feed? Yeah, he ain't eating. He not eating. How did y'all? That's why his punches wasn't doing shit. He was supposed to be stronger at 42. It didn't look like it. Brandon Lee's a little chinny, surprised the hell out of me. You know, it's like it's weird with me when it come to that. And I get you. I get why you would say that. Because right off the bat, well, I would give that statement like some credit, and I will understand somebody thinking he's chinny because it was lesser opposition in there with him for sure. You get what I'm saying? It was nonetheless, it was a test. It was a real dude in there. He ain't had no ton of losses or nothing like that. But you can't be getting dropped like that by somebody that you're supposed to beat. Now, I will say this, you know, he showed like if he could come back from that shot, that better him getting dropped that bad better have boosted his confidence. Like no bullshit. It better have boosted his confidence because he got clipped. His legs were still wobbly. He did a little bit of dancing when he got up. He lucky that he was undefeated and the ref allowed him to shake it off. Bruce Gas was good with it, OG. Appreciate you for sliding through. I'm over here. I got some of this gelato burning right now. Omar had a hummingbird. See, I can't fuck with y'all, yo. Y'all crazy, bro. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy. Nah, his shit bogus, bro. D-Man, they ain't feed that boy. Yo, they starved him for this training camp. That boy had, Omar Figueroa was on a water diet. I don't care what nobody say. That boy ain't eat shit for the whole training camp. Took a nasty shot. Yeah. When he got decked and sat down, I knew it was gonna be a rough night for him once that happened too, yo. I said, yep, there it go. I'm surprised he lasted that long. He weathered the storm for a minute. And he lucky that Lipinets looked like he got a little tired in there for a second, and it took a little minute for him to recover. A little quick second, not too long, but it took a little minute for him to recover. That bought Omar Figueroa some time in that fight, man. Monica, salute, queen. Appreciate you sliding through. How you feeling? Appreciate you, Monica. Appreciate you. Omar quit. Funny to me, tables turned on his ass for kicking AB while he down. Hey, Josh, and you see why I'm rooting for him, bro? And people don't be understanding. That's why I be wanting, before you criticize, critique, before you hear somebody like make a statement, at least before you comment back, understand why they said it. It was a reason why I was going at the shit that he said on AB, and I wasn't rooting for him. I can't get behind that. You can't big Danny Garcia up in the interview and like try not to mention and shed light on AB shit. Like, you weird as hell for doing that. And the fact that and I'm telling you, what he really was mad about, y'all, he was mad at the fact that he felt like he was banking. He played his hand. He exposed his hand. He overplayed his hand with spazzing out like that and talking about AB, and he made it about weight. So basically, you basically, to me, you're saying, you know what? He said mental health, but it ain't. It's him not making weight. He wasn't in shape. So what you was banking on, you expected him to still go through with the fight despite what kind of mental state he was in, or physical. His mental and physical wasn't there, but you wanted him to get in the ring with you and do what? Fight? So you could get so you could get an easy win or something like that and get a credible name under your resume, get a bigger bag. So I feel like because he was unable to secure those things, and you know what, after last night, that emotion that he showed, I know it was real, it was authentic, it was raw emotion, but part of it makes me wonder if that emotion came from because he, in his mind, had he beat AB, he probably was going to retire right there anyway. He probably was just trying to retire on a win. Like, you get what I'm saying? In a decent bag and just call it, like, you know, call it a career. And I really think Lipinets ruined his plans. Broner's kicked it off. Broner made it possible by pulling out. And the minute he signed on that contract with Lipinets, he was in trouble. He was in trouble at 140. Lipinets at 140 is not the same fighter that he is at 147. He's a better fighter at 40 than he is at 47. He's stronger. You know what I'm saying? He's more reactive. I mean, he walked through all the Omar Figueroa punches, man. I'm telling you, that little ass chest. That's why, man. You ain't hurt nobody with that little ass chest. You out here, boy. You got a chest like a newborn baby. The boy got a chest like a toddler. You want to hurt nobody like that? And I agree, D man. I still would have picked AB to beat him. Now, you're not gonna get in there and throw and block every punch. Yo, did y'all see him block every punch? He was blocking punches with his face, like that's the name of the game. Like, you know how they say the name of the game is hit and not get hit. It's vice versa for him. It's like the game is like, I'm gonna let you hit me in my face as hard as you want to possibly hit me, and see if you can concuss me and knock me out. And I'm gonna tell you another thing with Omar Figueroa that I feel like ruined him. As destructive as his mentality was in the ring, I don't know if y'all heard him. He had said like his mentality used to be like, he don't care, it's a fight. If he gonna die in there, it just is what it is. That's the way it's supposed to be. Like, fuck it, it's a fight. The same, it's like that train of thought is destructive for the sport of boxing, because you basically not taking defense into account at all. You basically, like, you cool with being punched and trying to punch your guy back and seeing if you can outwill him. Now, the minute that he decided to change that in his head is the minute things was gonna go downhill anyway. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like once you fully commit to a style like a Omar Figueroa, when you just bring it every fight, just like Sean Porter, when you just bring it every fight, Brandon Rios, when you just bring it every fight and you're not really concerned with defense, and defense is like an afterthought, you're going to crash and burn. That's a crash and burn style. That shit only works while you are young. And I'm telling you, when you hit them 30s, like he might have been 32. Think about it. Lipinets was 33. He was 32. And the question was a good question. We're going to find out if these dudes are old 32 and 33. We got our answer. Omar Figueroa, because of his style, and he chose to have a reckless abandon type style and not take defense into account for the better part, for the bulk of his career, and then thought all of a sudden, just because you went through some shit, you could switch up what you've been doing that been working for you your whole career. Nah, bro, no. And again, he physically didn't change nothing as far as in terms of strategy and approach. G5, my bro, what's good with it, Brody? Appreciate you for sliding through. He ain't changed nothing from a physical aspect. But see, again, remember, I was talking about mental when it came to Joshua. That don't only apply to him. That applies to people like Omar Figueroa too. Mentally, he was changed. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna break this down. If you got a fighter saying, like, he was younger and he had a self-destructive style. Like, he'd go in there, he don't care how hard he got hit. He was going to outfight you and shit like that. He didn't care if he was going to die in there all of a sudden. Now you think you're going to change it up because you've been through shit. You can't do that. Once you fully commit, you either all in or all out. There's no switching it with that. It ain't like you going from maybe like a counter puncher to being on the front foot in boxing and being the aggressor. That's not it. You completely try to change your makeup, but you only changed your makeup mentally. And I'm basing that off the things that you said. If you no longer was going to fight like Omar, you were going to be a shell of yourself in there, because in your mind, you're not fighting this reckless, careless way that you was doing early in your career. But in reality, you still are. So you get what I'm saying? If your mind is not fully like, you know, made up that you gonna go in there and be you. And you get what I'm saying? Your body is trying to do what you normally do, but your mind is telling you to try not to do what you normally do. You get what I'm saying? It's like a conflict. Like you was battling against yourself and a guy that had more to offer than you, and that clearly had way more steam on his punches than you. You get what I'm saying? He hurt himself in that regard. Like you can't. And you know, the more I see these, the more I talk about this boxing shit, and the more I watch, that's why I say you always learning, bro. Like these fighters, if you want to learn, listen, man, and they'll tell you everything you be needing to know. They will answer a lot of your questions. A lot of these questions we be having for these fighters, if we just listen to them when they talk, we will get those answers. They will reveal them. Like, and why I'm saying that, one example of that is when he blacked out, or what he called kind of or what I call him spazzing out on AB. That was, to me, that was him overplaying his hand by you saying you made it not about mental health, about him not being in shape. You was banking on getting that version of AB so you could get you a win, get you a bag, get you a credible win, despite what kind of, you know, shape he was in. You was going to probably say, well, he got in the ring, so he shouldn't have got in there if he wasn't ready. But at the same token, because he chose to not get in the ring because he felt like he was ready, you wanted him to get in there so you could beat his ass and got it off on him. And I'm glad that he didn't oblige you. I'm glad that he pulled the plug on his own operation and it wasn't nobody else. And I think because you had that energy, you didn't do yourself no favor going into that fight. Not gonna fight like yourself, and you are yourself. You see what I'm saying, D man? That's why I'm saying, man, this shit just a little bit deeper. Like is real with that dude. That's mental. It wasn't so much physical. Of course, it's physical because you're getting punched, but you get what I'm saying. Your mental was off from the start. You was conflicted. You get what I'm saying? And you know, we as humans, as people, especially athletes and fighters, they're creatures of habit. So you know, it's muscle memory. So you get what I'm saying? You were fighting against yourself because based off what you said, on one end, you didn't want to fight the way you normally fight. But once you got in there, especially once you took a punch, like you was trying to bring the fight to him from the opening bell all the way through. And sorry, man, when you got a height and reach and you don't use it, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. You can't outfight everybody. Some people you going to have to use your natural God-given physical tools, your height and your reach that you had over this man. Try to use some experience, anything. You know what I'm saying? You could ill afford to just go into there and say, you know what, I'm going to outbang this dude. So what about the fact that you ain't punching how he punching? That shit don't matter. Like, I don't think that's a good game plan if a dude clearly is a heavier puncher than you and he's showing it because he rocking your ass and you bringing everything, you clipping him with everything, but he walking through it. That means it's time to switch it up. You had a couple rounds where you could have figured that out. Like, you know what? This just ain't the approach for this dude. I can't fight him like this. I'm going to have to really like try to get in his ass. And if I ain't going to do that, I'm going to lose. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was with him. That's why he had that moment over there in the corner where he was talking in all Spanish and whatever he was saying. Like he was talking in his language because that boy was sick as hell. He got his ass beat. He wanted to beat Broner bad as hell. And I'm telling y'all, again, man, when you got a dude that eat punches for a living, that block punches with his face for a living, and you if you see his losses, like his losses is bad. Like I don't know if some people probably this the only loss of Figueroa's that they seen out of the three he got now. Nah, I seen them all. I seen the Ugas one live. I caught the replay of the Abel Ramos joint. Abel Ramos beat his ass so bad. He had this man spitting up blood. Yo, at the end of that round, the end of the 6, yo, he was fucking Omar Figueroa up in them 6 rounds, bro. This man went over there in the corner. He said something out the ring, sat down, threw up blood, and they ended it. They called the fight. I'm like, yo, once I seen him do that in the ring, I'm like, yeah, he definitely ain't the same fighter. It's getting to the point you might as well have shit yourself at that point in the ring. Like, you getting your ass beat that bad. Like, nah, I can't. That's not somebody I was picking to beat. A guy that moved back to his natural weight division, you know what I'm saying? Lipinez went right back to where he was comfortable, and it showed. And because of that, he beat that boy ass. And it wasn't close. It was a shellacking. Like, It's like he landed all that work. All that work he did was all for nothing because none of it was affecting or slowing Lopez down. The only reason Lopez truly slowed down was because he looked like he got tired a little bit and had to, get his second win. And once he did, he started right back throwing them bombs. Like it was just like bombs away the whole entire fight. And again, I wasn't rooting for that guy. But yeah, man, Josh Taylor, number 1 at 40, man. He dropping belts left and right. This dude went from having all the belts being undisputed at 40 to having one belt now. Now he got one. He down to one belt. The most recent belt that he dropped was the IBF. So he no longer has that. So this dude really literally stuck with one belt. He went from having them all to having one to fighting a rematch with a guy when it was for all the titles in the first fight. Now it's like you selling Catterall short. So it's like even if he win, he still don't get his full just due because now he only get one title. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, I know it probably for him it's about get back more than it is the titles, but it still would have been nice to see this fight be for undisputed. Get what I'm saying? That it should have been that type of rematch. Look how crazy boxing worked. Look how crazy boxing work and all of that was able to transpire after one fight where we know he didn't win. You get what I'm saying? Said Josh Taylor doing some sucker shit. That's what I'm saying, bro. And you dropping them belts, and you know what he at risk of doing, 5. He at risk of overplaying his hand and overstaying his welcome at 40. And he better truly hope that he don't come feeling like he weight drained again and none of that shit, because you said it the first time. You know what I'm saying? That's what he blamed it on. He blamed the loss on him being weight drained. You got knocked down because you was weight drained. And my question is, if you was so weight drained, bro, why would you then compete at the same weight class in which you felt like you was weight drained instead of just going up to 47, where you belong? Is what I don't understand. I don't get it. So that, to me, that's just whole shit. And you showing a lack of confidence. You know what I'm saying? You showing a lack of confidence in your ability and in your skill set. And you talk one way, but then you move another way. So we're going to see how this rematch play out. But I wouldn't be surprised if... My bad, John. I wouldn't be surprised if Taylor pull this one off, because I know he's going to be better prepared for this rematch. I'm telling you now, I already know it. He know it's at stake. Mike Biggs was good with it, my bro. Appreciate you sliding through. TWT in the building. Yes, sir. Ken Fout. Yeah, man, like I said, man, you look at this top 10 list at 40, they all should fight. They all can mix it up. If you take the top 10, starting with, 10 being Montana Love, moving on all the way up to Josh Taylor, it's not, I don't believe, not one. And that's why I brought this conversation up. It's not one of these fights that's at 40 that won't be entertaining for us. Not none of them. If any of these dudes mix it up from the whatever you think is the weakest link on the whole top 10 list at 140 to the strongest link, all them fights would be good. I think it's a couple people on that list that might find themselves getting dogged by multiple people, but for the most part, those are competitive fights at 40. Big Texas was good with it, bro. And as we know, we already getting Zepeda and Ramirez, Zepeda and Ramirez. Shit, we supposed to get that, I think. We supposed to now is Prograis and Zepeda. And Zepeda number 4, Prograis 2. So you see what I'm saying? You see what my train of thought going? And it's funny because Catterall is 7th, but he fighting a guy that's not ranked number 1. So if number 2 can fight number 4 for a belt, and number 1 could fight number 7, you know what I mean, for that one belt, then why can't any of these other dudes mix it up? You know what I'm saying? Teofimo is number 5 at 140. They got Teo ranked 5. He just fought Pedro Campa that I ain't even find in the top like 50 or something. I don't even know where that dude ranked at. I have no fucking idea where he ranked. But if you really gonna be the takeover and you really officially at 140 for real, then you're gonna have to take real challenges, or ain't nobody gonna want to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna want to watch that shit. You gotta give people the fights they want. You already talking about, you know what I mean? And like I said, if number 1 could fight number 7, why can't number 5 fight number 8? You get what I'm saying? Tio is at 5 and Barboza, why would Barboza be at 8? Again, that got to be because of the shit Tio accomplished at 35 or something, because I don't see how a win over Pedro Campa puts him over, you know, Arnold Barboza. Jack Catterall, he over Antuanne Russell at 6. So you telling me 6 can't fight 5, being Teofimo? So that fight seemed more realistic now than ever. If we just going off of the way they got these dudes ranked and set up, there's no reason. Zepeda is number 4. That's right before Tio. He fighting Prograis. You know what I'm saying? The dude before Prograis is Taylor. Taylor is fighting motherfucking Catterall, which is number 7. So when you move down that list of somebody, you got who Ramirez supposed to be fighting? Jose Ramirez ain't got no fight lined up. Oh, he had to pull out, yeah, for the wedding situation. Okay, yeah, that's why he's not fighting Zepeda and Prograis is. So things just worked itself out. So all right, you remove exactly. So you remove Jose Ramirez out of the picture. Zepeda is already lined up with Prograis. Taylor is lined up with Catterall. So that leaves Teofimo in that top 5 of the list that's by itself without no fight. Then you got Arnold Barboza at 8. That's begging for the fight. Gary Antuanne just fought. I doubt if they throw him in there with him. So you probably could excuse that. But like I said, this is why I said before on a previous live, is you can't sit here and tell me there's no good case you could really make for Teofimo not accepting the challenge with Arnold Barboza. It's nothing nobody could tell me. You number 5, that dude is number 8. Unless you want to fight Gary Russell, that's number 6. And you can't fight nobody that's before that, because the dudes either got fights or Ramirez is basically on vacation right now. And you got Matias that I know they're not putting Teofimo in there for, because he punching on shit too crazy. I'm not even too sure they'd be willing to throw him in there with Montana Love, who was at 10. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. What's the next fight for Teofimo? And who really gonna rise to the top of 140, man? I got a suspicion, man, that Josh Taylor ain't gonna be there too much longer. And even if he is, I think Regis could beat him in a rematch. I really do. And possibly stop him. I do. I really think that. And like I said, Gary Antuanne just fought Rancis. They should run that back. So just say hypothetically, if they ran that back, Catterall tied up, Barboza wants smoke, you got Matias and Love. Or I wonder where they go the other route and try to fight like a Sandor Martin that they got at 11, or this dude Jeremiah's Ponce, this Ponce character that I've been hearing his name a little bit. And then you got Brandon Lee at 14. Shit, you know who Teofimo could fight? Won't he fight Kenneth Sims Jr., who they got ranked at number 20 at 140? Won't he fight him? But Kenneth Sims fought at 47 in his last fight, though, I think. Or again, man, I did do a live that said they was gonna try to get Tio in there with O'Hara Davies, and O'Hara Davies is ranked number 22 in this fight. I mean, on these rankings. So Teofimo is he could either be a man of his word and fight dudes that matter and fight inside of the top 10, in or around the top 10 or 15, or he gonna go outside of the top 10 and 15 and fight somebody maybe in the top 20 or just outside of that. Just watch what I tell you. Watch what he do, because you only got two ways to go. You either fight somebody that matter or fight somebody that don't. You know what I'm saying? And I just got a reason to believe if you already trying to duck Barboza, then who you gonna fight that makes sense? You keep saying you want to fight for a belt. Now that the IBF strap, but I don't think they could just. Like, I don't think him and Man, that'd be a good fight. If Tio and Arnold Barboza was to fight for an IBF strap or something like that, that same belt that Taylor don't no longer got, we gonna see. They on Anthony Joshua ass, man. This dude tripped the hell out, man. This dude was arguing. This dude went from about to storm out the ring, spazzing out inside the ring. He was damn near arguing with Loma. He's down there arguing with Loma, saying a bunch of weird shit in the ring. Then he grabbed the mic like this shit was WWE and launched a wild ass speech about going to jail and drugs and all this weird shit. And then when he finally did get out the ring, he spazzed on the fan on the way leaving out of the arena. Like, what? Going back to the locker room, like, what the fuck? Then he get to the post-fight presser and just have a breakdown. Man, Anthony Joshua got to get it together, man. If you don't take your rich ass home and recover and rest up or something, man, get your mind right. Losses is part of the game, and this is this shit that confuses me about Joshua. He talks so much about, and a lot of fighters do that when they lose. They always allude to how the greats have lost, despite the fact that the people that they be talking about are great. They can't even compare themselves to them, but that's another discussion. But you always hear fighters say the best, the greats got losses, the best in the world got losses. All right, then. So when you lose, if you consider yourself the best in the world, won't you handle it like a champion? You don't lose and throw somebody else belts. Like, that was the wildest shit that I seen in a while. Like, and again, if they could criticize Wilder for not shaking Fury hand and the man sitting there with a damn dent in his head, they could critique him for that. Then we all could critique Anthony Joshua for being bugged out and throwing a whole another man's belts over the ring. Like, you get what I'm saying? He just bugged out. How you gonna throw somebody else shit out? Like, he just lost his damn mind. Dude tripped all the way out, bro. I'm gonna be on here for a couple more minutes because somebody may jump on the panel with him for a minute. I'll go check him out. I just wanted to have this quick discussion, man, because 140 is stacked and respectfully, it's not safe up there. And I think people just need to get their asses in there with the right fighters, man. And you got, like I said, you literally can take your pick from the top 10 to 12 to possibly even 15 and mix those guys up and get decent fights for the people. But I would be more interested in seeing the top 10 dudes mix it up more. Like, I really don't care to see mismatches at this point, because everybody want to talk this champion talk, and then when it's time to get in there, they make excuses. Like number 5 trying to call number 8 a bum. You know what I'm saying? And the guy you calling a bum is undefeated and you lost already. So miss me with that. Just say you don't want to fight him and you duck and smoke. Then we'll see it for what it is. But don't try to, dupe the people into believing the reason you're not gonna fight Arnold Barboza next is because he's a bum. Like, we're not even gonna run with that. Man, like 27-0, ain't no damn bum. You couldn't win 27 straight fights without losing. What you win? 16 fights and then your ass lost. Sports Brotherhood was good with it, bro. Yeah, AJ was bugging. He was tripping out. I couldn't believe he did all that. I couldn't believe he did all of that. He did a whole lot in a very short time span. And again, he better get them damn yes men away from him. I'm telling you now, because it seemed like that's why he be so far out of touch of reality, because don't nobody tell him nothing he do is wrong. He just do this shit. It's like I was playing the clip, like when he threw the belts, when he threw Loma belts. When he threw Loma belts, look how everybody that was standing there, look how everybody that was standing around was just looking. Look how Usyk looked at him when he did it, yo. Peep it. Usyk was looking at him like, dude, like, what the hell wrong with this dude? You know, and he was kind of snappy at Lomachenko, and I'm like, that's how you know he was tripping. When do somebody be mad at Loma, bro? How the hell you gonna be mad at Lomachenko? This dude was in the ring asking, "Fuck the belts. The belts don't matter. Skills matter. Skills win fights. The belts don't win fights. Skills matter." I'm like, what is he talking about? How did you beat me? You're not strong. Skill. But I had heart, I had the courage. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about, yo? And then he grabbed the mic and proceeded to perform. He was on some circus clown shit last night, man. I truly can't believe that boy did that shit, though. I really can't believe he did that. He tripped out for sure with that one, though. I ain't even gonna hold you. I couldn't believe he did that. Then he snapped on the fan, too. Where is that? Snapped on the fan. I was like, damn, AJ was on.
Wasn't no winner. Hey, good work. Keep it professional. What? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Fuck on now, yeah, I said way to keep it professional. I think he misinterpreted. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. You know, it's not right. Yeah, that's right. What you mean?
D Free was good with it, my bro. Yeah, that man said, way to keep it professional. And he thought he snapped on him. Like, nigga, he just gave you credit even though you threw a bitch fit. You threw a damn bitch fit in the ring, grown ass man. Boy, how old is AJ? About 30 plus. He acting like a girl, man. I'm not even a girl. I don't even want to say that. No slight to the women. He acting like a young, immature, young teenage boy. Just threw a fit. He was very emotional. I can understand. Like, I get the first knee-jerk reaction getting out the ring. But then I was like, all right, he caught himself. But this boy got back in the ring, spazzed out a little bit. He was talking mad aggressive to Lomachenko. Who the fuck talks crazy to Loma? Loma was just trying to like give him his props and give him words of encouragement. He was over there spazzing on Loma. I'm like, this dude crazy. Then he threw the belts. Usyk was looking at him like, what? Then he wanted to hold the mic, kneel in front of Usyk, raise his hand, grabbed the mic, had his whole spiel about drugs, being locked up in the struggle, and being 18 stone and not being like Mike Tyson and all that. Yo, he was tripping, man. He was tripping. And I think he put on more weight for this fight. I think he was heavier in the rematch. This is what I'm saying. That didn't do you no good, you big muscle-bound dude. You could have slimmed down some more. Don't tell me you couldn't do it. All that money you making, man. You could get the best of the best trainers. And again, salute to Robert Garcia, man. I didn't give him enough credit for the preparation that, you know, and only nothing against Robert Garcia. I just felt like he couldn't it wasn't so much he was going to get done in just one training camp. But at the same time, I really didn't take into account that it wasn't a whole ton that AJ needed to do different to win this fight, if we being honest. Because the first one, even though it was unanimous, it wasn't a blowout unanimous. You know what I'm saying? So I just ain't give Robert Garcia enough credit for making some of the right adjustments. But again, I think what ultimately came back to bite him in the ass was him shooting his load. He shot his load a little bit. He shot his load. T was good with it, Brody. He shot his load a little bit, man. But that's what got him. That's what got his. That's what got his ass beat. Oh shit, my bad. I just seen that I had the guns up. I didn't mean to do that to y'all people. You know what I'm saying? But again, man, just to go back to the topic, though, outside of AJ doing some wild shit, 140 need to mix it up. The top 10 all should mix it up. Like I said, you got number 2 fight number 4, number 1 fight number 7. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep on saying this shit. I don't see why number 5, which is Teofimo, can't fight number 8, Arnold Barboza. But he fought Pedro Campa that ain't nowhere near on this list, nowhere. He ain't even in the top 50, I don't believe. Or he might not even be in the top 60. That shit bogus. And that's what I'm saying. And if you really a dog, how you saying, then you gotta be willing to get in there with these people that's gonna really test to see if you a dog. Not just talk that shit from the sideline. You gotta get your ass in there. Telling you, I looked at this shit sparked the conversation. I said, man, this top 10 at 40, man, they all could fight each other. They got Gary Antuanne at 6. So Teofimo, you number 5. Number 4 is Zepeda. He's taken with Prograis. You know what I mean? Ramirez is 3. He got married. So get what I'm saying? So 1, 2, 3, and 4 is off limits. You got 6. 7 is fighting. 6 is available. 8 is available. 9 and 10. Take your pick. You know, I know you don't want Gary Antuanne. So I'm trying to get some breather room and tell him to get in there with Barboza. He ain't a crazy puncher. He's a good boxer, a disciplined fighter. So that'd be a good test for him. I don't see why he won't get in there. Get his ass in there. What's good, bro?
What's good, man? What's good, man? What's going on? D3, what's good?
What's going on?
Yeah, man. What the fuck we talking about?
Oh, nah, these dudes at 140. Nah, I looked at this list at 140 in the top 10, man. I said the top 10 got to fight. They got Teo at 5 already at 140. But I said, well, 1, 2, 4.
Ranked it? Like what sanction body he ranked in?
This just the overall. It ain't even they ain't got to split up into the sanction bodies. They just got it overall. The overall rank. They got Josh Taylor number 1, Regis is 2, Ramirez is 3, Zepeda is 4, Teo is 5, and they got Gary Antuanne at 6. So I'm just saying, so 5 and 6 can't fight, but 1 and 7 could fight. 2 and 4 could fight, but 5 and 6 can't fight. 1 and 7 could fight, but 5 and 6 can't fight. Or 5 and 8, which is Barboza, because Jack Catterall fight number 1. So it's just a conversation is real because some of these dudes gonna have to mix it up. You got Brandon Lee at 14, but I know they're not gonna put him in there with nobody now after seeing him get dropped that bad. They call him clear straight up. They call him a high level prospect, and he got like 26 fights. The fuck you mean high level prospect? I don't understand. I mean, I know. I guess his levels. I guess that makes them smart if they know that he ain't ready just yet. I guess that makes that better for him. But man, I just be looking at the number of fights sometimes. Like, bro, you close to 30 fights.
They got him listed as a prospect, but the man got more fights than Antuanne.
26 fights. D3, you had said some shit the other day, right? You was like, Gary Antuanne need to fight Brandon Lee, and I was like, bro, hell no, Antuanne gonna kill Lee. But then, bro, I really went to look at they fights and who they fought, brother. Gary Antuanne did fought about 4 niggas better than everybody Brandon Lee did fought.
Yeah.
But now look, I did an EP the other day about building champions and building tickets, like building a champion and building pay-per-view stars. Brandon Lee is on track to gain a lot of fans, right? To be gonna interest, but he gonna get beat the fuck up when he fights somebody who really about what they be talking about, like Gary Antuanne. Like, you know what I mean? Like
that's what I was saying.
He good, but it's levels to this shit. Like, bro, they not building him to be a champion. They building him to be a pay-per-view star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they building him to be a star, not a champion, not a great fighter. They building him to be a star. That's what they want. They want him to be a star. But that's what I was saying. I'm like, okay, Brandon Lee, this man got over 20-something fights. Why the fuck he ain't in there with none of the top 10s yet?
And they got him.
He ain't fighting nobody in the top 15.
Nope. And he at number 14. They got him at number 14. They got Alberto, the dude that just won last night. They got him at 15.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on. I even said, man, somebody fight Kenny Sims.
And to be real with y'all, it's crazy that Alberto Puello only ranked 15 because I've been on him for about 3 or 4 years now, and dude been legit.
Yeah.
Like, I know he's coming out party, and a lot of people didn't even see he's coming out party, right? But did y'all see Alberto Puello last night though? Like, honestly, like, you know,
I seen him talking that shit after he won too. He was on Joel Diaz's ass. It's like,
on my life. The only thing I see with him is, he's subject to take a big shot from people.
He gets tired.
His defense is not that great.
He's a little older.
His defense is not that great, and he don't have a lot of power because he was digging in them shots that he was throwing last night, but they wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, he limited with the power. I seen some good defense. It's
really my only thing with him, D3. He don't got power. Other than that, I feel like he can fight with anybody in boxing.
Yeah, his defense, like y'all wasn't seeing how he was slipping and rolling a lot of them. Yo, he was, and I was seeing him consistently do that. Dude was landing some, but I seen like 2 different fights. When you allowed it to be a phone booth, dude was having his success because you was right in his wheelhouse for him to have success. When he was moving, I'm like, yo, you giving this dude issues. He can't keep up with you. And you missing, rolling, bouncing off the ropes. I'm like, this should look good. Maybe that's what got him to win. Because he showed more in there. Like I always said, like boxing is more than just offense. Dude was all offense all night. Like, and I respect him for it. He was effective. He ended up landing more punches, but when it's all said and done, you didn't show me an ability to constantly make your man miss. He was making you miss enough for me to say, I see some defense from this dude and I see offense. All I see from this dude is just coming forward and, trying to get his shit off. He was effective, but he ain't showed no willingness to get out of the way.
That's the thing that I say. I see a problem for him because he on the outside he's good. He can slip punches. He can box or whatever, but he doesn't have that power to keep you off of him. He doesn't have the power to keep you off because
that's gonna be a problem.
Dude just kept walking forward. He just kept walking forward, and he was hitting him with big shots, and he was just walking through them like them joints wasn't hurting. Now, I mean, it was a couple of times he stunned him. But the dude said, okay, fuck it. I know I got to go for broke. And he just kept walking forward.
That shit got crazy.
He's good. He's good. I just don't think he's going to hold on to that WBA belt too much longer. I think he get in there with one of those other top 10 fighters. He probably got one more win, and then he probably lose that WBA belt.
Yeah, and I feel like they're gonna match him up carefully for this next fight, just to probably prolong his title run. I don't think they're gonna want to go him right in there with somebody that they think gonna snap.
What I will say is he'll beat the shit out of Teo. He beat the shit out of Teo. He good enough because what I saw from Cambosa, he got about the same amount of power as Cambosa. But his boxing ability is much better than Cambosa. He know how to use his jab, and he digs to the body a lot. And I think he'll beat the shit out of Cambosa. Now, if Cambosa get enough heart to say, you know what, I'm just gonna walk through these punches, then we got to see if he be able to stand up to Teo's power.
Yeah, because Teo, I ain't a believer at Teo power at 140. Just that. I'll see it again. I got to see him fight somebody else.
Yeah, because he didn't show me no power at 140. He didn't show me no power. He didn't show me that power that he had at 135.
He didn't. Not at all.
I don't know. I don't know if Teo's going to last too much longer at 140 because from what I've seen in that last fight, I don't think he's going to be able to do that with the top 10. I don't think he's going to be able to do that.
Yeah, he not with the top. Teo, the way Teo fought his last fight, he got to hone in on that. He got to hone in on just that. That's what Teo going to have to be at 140. Because the way you fight regularly ain't going to beat Alberto Puello, ain't going to beat Regis Prograis or Zepeda, ain't going to beat a goddamn Matias. What's the guy name from Puerto Rico? I think. What's his name? Gabriel. Matias. Yeah.
Matias. Yeah. He number. Hold on. Shit.
That ain't gonna be him.
Matias is number 9. They got Montana topping off the list at 10. Number 10.
Yeah, I think Matias is about to fight for the IBF. I think they said Josh Taylor dropped the IBF or some shit like that. Yeah,
he dropped it. I read it. He dropped it. So he vacated it. Yeah.
So Matias about to fight for the IBF. So that means Josh Taylor only got one belt, and that's the WBO. He only got one belt.
Mm-hmm. Yo, he looking real stupid right now. That boy went from all the belts to one belt. Why are you even at 40 still? I mean, why are you still at 40? What you trying to do?
You should. If you was gonna drop all those belts like that, you should have just went to 47.
This is what I'm saying, and now that's what making me think he avoided. He trying to buy himself some time before he go to 47. Maybe I don't know if he ain't confident or what, but I don't see why you were paying at 40. You only got one belt out of all the belts you had. You said you was weight drained. Why would you come? I'm blown away by that. Why would you go back and fight at that weight again? I just don't understand what sense that made.
Yeah, you went from undisputed to being just a WBO champion without losing a fight.
Yo, I said that too. See, that's how I know we'd be on the same accord. I said that earlier. I've never seen somebody go from undisputed to having one belt without losing. That's what I said that earlier. I'm like, bogus, yo. Dude, crazy.
Yeah, that don't make no sense. Whether it's true or not, whether it's true or not, it makes it look like you ducked 3 motherfuckers. That's what it makes it look like. It makes it look like you ducked 3 motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. All right, ducking smoke.
I'm not gonna say you are ducking it because majority of those guys that they want you to fight, you already fought. But that's what it looked like.
I think he got the best resume at 40.
Yeah, he got the best resume at 40 right now.
That's what's in my thumbnail. Right, his little resume of the people he fought several undefeated people. The dude was beating some quality undefeated people.
Yeah, right now he has the best resume at 40. There's nobody with a better resume at 40 than Josh Taylor right now. But the way he moving, that resume don't mean shit because it looked like you ducking a whole lot of smoke. I don't know if you ducking Regis Prograis for a rematch, or you ducking Jose Ramirez for a rematch. I don't know who the fuck you ducking, but that's what it looked like.
Or is he just trying to stay away from 47 for a while? You try to buy yourself some time. You get what I'm saying? Like, what are you waiting for? Because 47
even if you were trying to buy yourself at 47, why not just fight the motherfuckers at 40? Why drop your damn belts? Why not fight? You already beat him.
That's why I'm confused by him. He's blown away. Like, why are you dropping the belts? What the hell wrong with you? Dude is a damn. You gonna fuck around and lose.
This is what makes it seem suspect because they can't make you fight all 3 of them motherfuckers at the same time. So you dropping all 3 of these belts before you had another fight at 140. You dropped all 3 of those belts. You fought Jack Catterall to defend your undisputed title, and you haven't fought nobody else yet, but you didn't drop 3 belts. They can't make you fight all 3 of them motherfuckers at the same time.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Fucking dropping them, and he said he had dropped. What was it? The WBA? One of them. But they said they stripped his ass. He said he vacated. They said they stripped him. I read that conflicting story clearly. I'm like, man, they saying they stripped him. He saying he vacated. For the record, I wasn't stripped. I vacated it. Like, ha. Like nigga, you lose. Like, you less of a champion now to me. I mean,
only way they're stripping you is if you decline to fight. If you decline to fight, then they're going to strip you. So they must have told him that he had to fight somebody, and he said, "No, I'm not fighting him." And they said, "Okay, give up your belt."
Damn, D-Free. I had one of the names because they did say that for one of them. They did say that was the situation for the one that they were supposed to say they stripped him on. They were saying he didn't fulfill a mandatory obligation in a set amount of time or something, so they had to strip him. He tried to say he vacated. I'm trying to think. It's one of them dudes, man. It's
it had to be either Zepeda
yesterday that won.
It had to be Zepeda or Regis Prograis.
I thought it was Alberto. I'm dead serious. I remember his name was being thrown in there with somebody else other than who he just fought the other day.
It could have been him too. It could have been him too.
I think it was him. I could have swore it was him because I was like, who is this dude? I got to go back and look because I know I had made a post on it before. I was like, I know I never seen this dude fight. Who is he? Like, And I remember thinking, like, why would you duck him? Like, we don't even know who this dude is. Like, is he gonna beat you? Because Josh Taylor really could fight.
So was the WBA belt the first belt that he dropped, or was it the WBC?
I think it was the WBA. Which one do he still got?
That probably was. It probably was him because they just fought for the WBA.
Well, he still got the WBO.
He got the WBO. Josh Taylor still has the WBO.
Yeah, so
he let go of the WBA. He let go of WBC, and he just recently let go of the IBF.
Yeah. So he let go of the IBF. The WBA claimed they stripped him. He said he let go of that. The WBC he don't have.
And you know what? Even ESPN didn't have that news last night, or they just didn't want to let everybody know last night because they still had him as the IBF and the WBO last night when the fight was going on.
You know how I be getting it? You know the little shit we follow that, like, you know, you get the regular, like, the notifications. It don't be YouTube, it be from Google. Like right now, I got a Google notification about Anthony Joshua being emotional. Like I be getting them like that. So that's how I be clicking them and reading them and shit. And yeah, that was one of them that I got, him dropping the IBF title.
Yeah, I be getting mine from Twitter. I get a lot of mine from Twitter that he putting out. That's how I found out that he had dropped the WBC and Regis Prograis, Zepeda was fighting for the WBC title.
Mm-hmm.
It came across my Twitter page.
That shit, man. That should be helpful. It be updating you, man. They be dropping some shit sometimes that everybody don't be talking about. That's why I just brought up this 140 conversation, because it's heating up, and this conversation might seem like out of nowhere, but these is realistic fights, man. All hands on deck. You got Tio talking like you going for the jugular. So again, you have to be realistic. It's a lot. 1 through 4 is taken, and you number 5. You know what I mean? Ramirez don't count. You get married or some shit like that. The other ones is. I still
don't understand how the fuck Tio's number 5. He just moved into the weight class after he took a loss at 135.
And you know what?
Took a loss at 135.
I'm cool with him being at number 5 if he gonna behave like a guy that's at number 5. You get what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna at least respect the ranking that they gave you, because they gave it to you. Because Pedro Campa don't get you there. Pedro Campa ain't even on the top 50, my nigga. He ain't even on the top 50 on this list that I'm looking at.
That's the point that I'm making.
I'm saying, so it's like, bro,
I'm not looking at Tio to the move like shit, because when he was undisputed, the nigga didn't move like shit. The nigga kept putting out false narratives and false statements, talking about he was going to send up the contract to Barboza and to Devin Haney, whoever signed first, that's who I'm gonna fight. Nigga, you ain't sent out no damn contract to nobody. Barboza came out there and said it. Nigga, you don't send out no contract to nobody. You ain't shit. We do that.
That's what I'm saying. He just be talking, man, and that shit weird. And again, gotta hold people accountable. And they got your ass at 5, and you know the list I'm looking at is credible because of how they got the rest of the rankings. Like most of the shit makes sense. Like the top 10 makes sense. That's the only one you will be looking at really scratching your head. Antuanne at 6.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He right. And again, are you gonna behave like a dude that's at 6? Because that mean if so, then I mean 5. Because if so, that mean you gonna fight 6, or that mean you gonna fight Mr. Arnold Barboza at 8. Stop trying to convince us that he a bum, because we ain't going for that. We're not going for that. He ranked way higher than Pedro Campa. That man got 27 straight wins. You couldn't even get motherfucking 17 straight wins. You know what I'm saying? So miss me with that. He ain't no bum. If you duck and smoke, just say that. But keep coming out talking about you trying to fight for a title on December 10th. Ain't no fucking title for you to fight for, bro. Jake was dealing with it, bro. I'm tired of you. Ain't no title for you, bro. Like, just stop, yo. That's the shit that be pissing me off in boxing. That's why I be calling shit out lately. Like, you can't. People gotta just stop saying shit. Just shut up, yo. Just shut up. Just cause the camera on don't mean you gotta start lying. It's like some of these dudes, when the camera get on and they realize the camera on, it's like they go into persona mode. Now I gotta go start fronting and get these people sound bites. No, you don't. Because you if you lying and people hold you accountable If more the right people did it, it'd mean more. T20 was good with it, bro. PBC gonna have to keep pushing those belts. One for Tank. I don't know. It should anything possible. I just want to know what his next fight gonna be though. Tio gotta realize he's coming in the Barboza weight class. That's what I'm saying. And he already at number 5, Fate. And Barboza is 8. Antuanne is 6. And I know you not going there. I know it. I don't give a fuck. You won't even say him. You gonna act like he gonna try to act like he ain't there. Like you know, man. If I know the rankings, you gotta know him. Y'all motherfuckers know everything else too. Sick of y'all boxers talking like y'all don't be knowing what's going on. That just makes you unaware.
And see, that's what I don't like, because he could be in the rankings, but he shouldn't be as high. Because now, if he was a champion and he was moving into the 140 division, I could see them putting him at 5. But nigga, he ain't got no goddamn belt. He ain't beat nobody but Loma at 135. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck? This nigga, you act like this nigga did a whole lot of shit.
And that's why I said that's the only reason I could think they would put him that high already, is because they're gonna mix what he did with 135 with the win that was insignificant, if you want to be honest, at 140, because that dude is nowhere in the rankings where a win like that could matter. The only reason that win mattered because Teofimo was coming off a loss and he needed to win. So you get what I'm saying? He could ill afford to lose twice in a row, especially to somebody that he was supposed to beat. So it's like that win just not credible. I'm not knocking him. You got it off. You did your thing, but man, you talking like you a top dog. You talking like you on your title shit. It's still the takeover. Ain't nothing changed. All right. I heard all of that. I heard every fucking bit. Now I know they got you at 5. I need to see you in there with some people, man. Barboza is several spots down. He at 8. He need to get your ass in there. I know you're not gonna fight no Matias. You're not gonna fucking do that. But you know what's funny? You're not gonna fight a Montana Love. They're not gonna do that. Jack Catterall is taken. You know what I'm saying? You know what's funny? I'm wondering will they go to Sandor Martin route. Why I say that? Because Sandor Martin right outside the top 10. He at 11. They probably won't even do that. Or this Ponce dude that's at 12. That people keep bringing up his name. Accolades matter. Yeah, facts. T20 to these niggas they do, because they like, man, see what I did at 35? He say undisputed one more time, I'm gonna get in his DM and curse him out. I'm dead serious. If I hear Teofimo, I'm dead serious, y'all mark my words. If I hear Teofimo say that shit one more time, I promise you I'm DMing him. I don't care if he ever read it. I'm definitely gonna say it. You was never undisputed. Check the record books, you delusional fool. Damn, man, he gonna end up blocking me. I'm telling you, he pissing me off. So you gotta just stop saying anything when that camera come on. Like this ain't WWE, bro. Just because the camera on don't mean you gotta turn into a character. God damn, yo. That's why I like Devin Haney. I still think about that interview.
And that's what I keep trying to tell people about when that motherfucker was sitting there talking about, oh, he is undisputed because they said Devin Haney belt don't mean shit, this, and that. Okay, if that's the case, where the fuck is the franchise belt? Because Jamal Charlo don't have a franchise belt. Mm-hmm. And Devin Haney don't have a franchise belt. Where the hell is the goddamn franchise belt?
If his belt didn't matter, for the people that say that, why they so stupid? Because if his belt didn't matter, then how the fuck was him and Kambosos an undisputed fight? How? What made it undisputed? It wasn't the belts that Kambosos had. It obviously was the piece of hardware that Devin Haney was holding. I just can't believe people really hold on to that. Just give it up, yo. That sound weak. It's just like a weak way to try to discredit this man. He can't help it how he got the belt, because if the person that had it before him would have just fought him, then we wouldn't have this conversation. But we all know how that went, and I hate how they try to shine that up. The man had the fucking belt. That's the same belt that the great Lomachenko had. Didn't he have the same fucking belt? Come on, man. It don't matter now because he ain't fight him for it, because he ain't want to fight him. Should have fought him, and we'd have got all this shit squared away. Telling you. That's why I say, man, they get belts, and then they blur the lines with him. Like they get him and then start. You got to do something now. Shut up. You just won. You won one fight talking about what somebody got to do. You got to hold on to them shits. And look how quick you gave them up. So one could argue that although you were unified, you were a fucking belt holder. You could have been a title holder because you ain't had no longevity with them shits. Gave them shits right up. And then your man gave them bitches right back. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your ass out of here, man. You ain't did what you think you did, man. And I ain't discrediting you, but when we really put it into perspective, knock it off, bro. You got a lot more work to do. You don't even got 20 fights, and you talking like you a 30-fight veteran or something. Shut your ass up and keep getting in the ring and work on your defense, because somebody gonna beat your ass. I'm telling you, somebody gonna leave your nose right in the ring. I'm telling you, that's a target. That big ass nose, somebody gonna hurt him. I'm telling you, getting in there doing all that little stupid, you athletic, so you doing all the little unnecessary moving. I seen you doing it. That little cute shit ain't gonna work if you got a Regis Prograis on the that shit will not work if you got a Regis Prograis on the other side. Trying to knock your head in the dirt, yo. You think you gonna be dancing and prairieing and doing that stupid shit you was doing in Pedro? All right, Regis, you gonna wake up in the house. Tell he gonna wake up somebody
quick
with a TO fight Russell. He had my respect, fake, but he getting beat up. I'm sorry, because he ain't to me. He don't have the kind of style that will be able to deal with that. I don't think so. And then his power being like a non-factor. Yo, if he walked through your shit. You remember how Sean Porter did Paulie when he fought Paulie Malignaggi? He mowed him over. Just picture that shit. Like, but maybe not like that exactly, but cleaner. You know what I'm saying? Cleaner, sharper. It'll look better. But I'm telling you, if he can't hurt Gary, he gonna be in trouble. Yeah, that's why I just want to hear him mention his name. I want him to acknowledge that he is there. Can somebody please say he there? Just say it, because I know they could make that fight. I know he wants smoke. What if he start pressing the issue because he number 6 and TO5? If he just get on his bumper, he starts, hey, y'all, look, I just been looking over these rankings, man. I'll be seeing fighters do that sometimes. Certain fighters will post their rankings and call somebody out like that based on the rankings. Teal fight on the back foot all night, and that shit ain't gonna work against Gary, because you gonna want to be on your back foot, but he gonna put you there. It's like, what you gonna do? You gonna fight him? You gonna have to fight him up off you every time. Shit gonna be bad. I'm not even exaggerating. I just don't think I don't believe in his power at 40. I really don't. And it's like it took too long to start having an effect. And I'm like, the way I assess that is, although you got the knockout, a higher level fighter, that fight's going the distance. What you fighting with that? Those punches that you landed is not gonna knock the higher level opposition out, in my opinion. In the fight, the way that fight was going, and on top of that, the person better than Pedro is going to be doing a lot more in them 7 rounds instead of getting their ass beat for the better part of the fight. Like, it's not going to be one-sided traffic for you. And he gave you some shit to worry about in there. Till fight Russell, he hasn't fun. If he fight him, man, he gonna get smoked still. You won't have no choice. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they're gonna be putting people rankings like this, yo, they gotta expect for people that's paying attention to want him to fight just like a top 5 dude. Especially if he run his mouth like he got all the belts already. So he shouldn't be ducking no smoke, but he is. Watch. Haney, I stop the act and cut the chase. Cut to the chase. Haney, man, I always appreciate that interview with Cambosis. He was quiet for as long as he was, for as long as he could. He was just like, oh, man, you cut that act. He just couldn't take it no more. He's like, yo, just stop. Yo, why I want to hear that? Because every time they gave Cambosis an opportunity to talk, he just tried to get too deep. Like, and the people, like, you overselling it now. That's what Haney is saying. Like, bro, like, what? Like, You going way back to when you used to fight. Don't nobody care about none of that shit. That shit ain't got nothing to do with how you gonna perform in the ring. That's why I hate when fighters do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about that, all that upbringing. I don't care, bro. I don't care. He gonna beat you up. Care if you fought for free. I don't care if you got robbed on your way back from the fight. Whatever you was talking about, I don't care. I know that none of that shit was gonna have nothing to do with the fight when y'all got in that ring. He like, Danny had 54, the power not the same, but you gotta see his next fight. Yeah, I want to see that with Danny too, because Danny not being able to hurt people would be something new, and it'd be something new for him, and he gonna have to turn into an outboxer too. All of a sudden, like he gonna really have to be in it for the long haul every fight. Somebody might stretch him. Somebody might stretch him. You can't hurt that them dudes at 40. They can hurt you. You better believe it. You better believe it. That shit ain't the same. Yo, them dudes at 40 can hurt you. If you can't hurt them, don't worry, because they can hurt you. You can tell me, and I'm looking at all the top 10, and I seen Barboza hurt, the whole 10 hurt him. The whole top 15 probably hurt him. Sandra Martin really punched that. Nah, Brandon Lee hurt him now. That will fight Brandon Lee.
I don't know. Brandon Lee kind of suspect.
Fight Brandon.
I don't know if Brandon Lee gonna be able to keep T.O. from being in the inside.
He heavy-handed enough though. He damn sure heavy-handed enough. He might punch T.O. nose off. You ain't see the uppercuts he was landing D3. I was liking him.
Hey, you know what'd be a good test for Brandon Lee? Fuck that. Ryan Garcia. Brandon Lee and Ryan Garcia.
Somebody else said that before me though.
Man, Brandon Lee gonna starch Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia.
Yo, man, that shit is
gonna starch his ass. Ryan Garcia don't hit hard enough. Don't hit hard enough, D3. Oh, hit hard enough, dog.
Brandon Lee gonna catch him with one of them overheads or them uppercuts. He gonna knock his shit loose.
That would be a good ass fight though.
That would be a good ass fight. Ryan Garcia ass from pillar to post. For real. Y'all think Brandon Lee got started? Wait till Brandon Lee hit Ryan Garcia. What y'all see?
Oh man, yo!
Wait till Brandon Lee hit Ryan, boy. Y'all
the crazy part is T.O. and Ryan Garcia. I was saying it on the last stream, yo. They got more in common than they might think, and what people might.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen with.
You do.
What?
Them niggas is eerily similar. They rely a lot off like physical ability right now. Like T.O. used more skill, of course, than Ryan, but Ryan definitely is all he winning right now, all off of youth and speed and his punching power right now. Dead serious. Like it ain't come to a I ain't see a fight where it's like he really thinking in there and it's skill getting him through. It's like his man ain't had nothing to offer him, so you was able to look a certain way. Somebody else that got some like see how Brandon Lee had a live dog in there. That's why he got clipped. Because he had a dude that was fighting the fuck back.
The only difference.
That's what that is. That's what happened when you fight
between T.O.
Mm-hmm. Skill say you get crucified at 54. Lee got dropped. Yeah, I thought he was done too. I said it, man. He got punched too hard last night. He got a chance.
Ryan Garcia is T.O. footwork. It's different. Y'all heard me on the live stream. I was like, oh shit! That nigga hit the canvas hard as shit.
Yo, it's the way he fell too. His legs, his arms fell. He fell over. Like I'm like, then he got up. He did.
Nigga rolled over.
He did a couple dances when he got up. He did a little, you know what I mean, a little salsa for a second when he got up. I'm like, oh shit, is you done? Is you finished?
That nigga eyes rolled in the back of his head. I thought he was done.
Russell put T.O. in the casket. Nah, that's a fact, bro. He will. I ain't just saying that. I don't just be saying that. I won't say it if I don't believe it. I don't think he'd be able to deal with his energy after a while. Like, I believe Russell will just have things like little nuances to his game that will like aggravate Teofimo. He won't allow him to try to be pretty. He won't be able to be cute. You get what I'm saying? All that stupid shit. You won't be able to do that. You got a nigga in there that's not playing with you.
That's the thing. I never had a father like T.O. My father, if niggas was talking shit about me, my father was like, man, Dwayne, this motherfucker out here talking shit about you. You need to go handle that. T.O. father, he like, nah, my son too good for you. You ain't shit. You ain't what?
Yeah, he showed a lot of heart last night. That's why I said I don't think you could call him chinny after that. I just think that getting caught with that kind of punch and that early by that level of opponent just kind of tell you where you at. Like, I don't think that just make you a bum, or I don't think it was. I think that was a real shot. And again, man, competing or being able to even give yourself a chance to win is being willing to fucking fight despite whatever disadvantage you at. And that's what that dude was doing. He didn't care. He came there to fight, and he fought the whole fight. He just lost, but that he had his moment. He almost got one. He stayed stuck to it, but he just didn't have enough.
What I saw with that Brandon Lee fight was I saw Brandon Lee get comfortable and take the dude for granted, and dude caught him with a big shot. But I also saw that Brandon Lee, for the first time, his chin was tested, and he got up. But we know he can't handle no big shot.
Yeah,
he can't handle no big shot, but he got up.
That shit changed everything once you see a person get their clock clean one good time. You like, if that dude can drop you, man, the rest of these dudes at 40, you gonna have some issues, man. And the problem he gonna have is people being more athletic than him too. I could see that being an issue down the stretch for him too as he go up in level. I could see people being able to out technique him a little bit. He got some boxing skill with him, but he still, I don't want to call him raw and sound like I don't like he can't fight. He can fight, but he still got so much more to learn. You could just tell by him getting knocked down that day. And then the way he allowed himself to think, like after a round or two, like you thought he ain't had nothing for you. Why would you think that? He's still fighting back, bro. That's what got you. You almost got that shit left in the dirt. Like, boy, he almost left your shit in the dirt. You thought stupid like that. Don't be stupid. I thought he ain't have nothing for me, and boy, was I wrong. You damn sure was wrong. Almost cost you your record too, and your chin. You got Lion Ryan over T.O. skills. I think T.O. will beat him because he's more skilled than Ryan.
Ryan can't fuck with T.O. I tell you right now.
Yeah, Ryan is too front heavy, yo. He gotta get you out of there early, or it's not gonna happen. I'm telling you, watch.
T.O. actually can box Ryan some shit. Be real with you.
Yeah, he just don't. And then he be swinging too hard like that. Again, that shit only work with people that can't handle pressure and speed and shit like that. Like a faded fighter, yeah, that shit'll work. Somebody else that got the wherewithal and the wits, like in the IQ, you just throwing caution to the wind gonna get you knocked out. I'm 100% sure of it. That shit is not gonna work. That you not gonna scare nobody throwing punches like that. I'm telling you, you can see it. Did y'all ever see him hit the bag? That shit look stupid because you're not practicing with no technique, and then you get in the ring and you fight the exact same way. That I see you throw the combinations at the bag just recklessly because you know the bag don't hit back. People Tank Davis will hit you back. You're gonna get in there and try to throw them hard ass punches. That boy gonna counter you like he did Rolly. If your chin in the air, he gonna punch that shit in the front row somewhere. I'm telling you. You and your chin gonna be in the fucking front row. Somebody gonna be waking you up, explaining what happened to you.
Go to this goddamn water. This shit is not that fucking high, y'all stupid asses. Y'all niggas scared of some damn water. You got a fucking SUV, you bitch ass nigga.
This nigga just fast. Oh shit.
Motherfucker water two inches off the ground. This nigga put his hazard lights on and pulled over.
You say just like Brian Moore. Angel Flores was good with it, fam. He said 100% the takeover. I mean, look, the takeover ranked number 5. That's how I got here. So the takeover, for him to really be 100% the takeover, bro, he gonna have to take over. He gotta fight people. He number 5. I was saying it earlier. It's number 1 fight 7. Number 2 is fighting 4. Number 3 is getting married. You know what I'm saying? And number 5 is Teal, and 6 is Gary Antuanne. If he really want to be the takeover, fight him or fight, Barboza at 8. You know what I'm saying? Matias at 9. You know what I'm saying? Or Montana Love at 10. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfucker nigga the takeover. That nigga ain't take over nothing.
TRA need an unnecessary war with George Campbell. The other had Ryan been clipped with a flash like that. Cool hand.
Motherfucker the shit need to be the got taken. That's what his name need to be. T.O. the got taken because Cambosa took your shit.
Taking over. It's the taking over right now. He had the resurrection on the back of his robe. Motherfucker got in there with that damn Shinobi robe on. That motherfucking French vanilla for vanilla fucking.
That nigga had the resurrection. That means his ass was dead.
Yeah, that man had the resurrection.
You let Cambosa put your ass to sleep. That's some shit.
And he had football pads in his shoulders, in the shoulder parts. Them bitches was sharp as hell. Motherfucker came in there looking like he had the same shoulder pads Shredder had on the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, this nigga didn't even try to rematch Cambosa. That nigga just left the damn division.
They say he ain't won it. They said he was offered, he ain't won it. I definitely specifically heard that. Yeah.
Who ain't won the rematch?
They say Tia. He ain't want to rematch Campbell's.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't want the rematch. He got embarrassed by Campbell so that bad that you didn't even want to try to get your motherfucking belts back.
Now he looked, and you know what? You know how I knew he was out of shape? Go look at his body at the fight when he fought Campa, and go look when he fought Cambosis. And mind you, he's at a bigger weight class against Campa, and he looked smaller. Definitely looked more in shape. I seen that from the rip. I looked at his back. Say he look a little rounded, like you don't look, cut. You don't got, your physique is different. Tio could get a little cut. He could be cut up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't coming in there looking puffy. He ain't no big dude like that. I mean, he looks sharp at 40 at that fight with Cambosa. That's one of the first things I noticed. Definitely, and I noticed it even more when he got dropped. The angle of it, he just was able to see how he looked, Joe. He didn't look good. Like from his weight and shit. But I noticed that, when I first noticed the weight was looking a little different than what it normally looked. It was a little when they had that back and forth and he had got under T.O.'s skin. And at that moment, I really was living in his head when T.O. took his shirt off or something and was saying something, I'm put my foot up your neck. I remember he said something like that to him. And he looked uncomfortable talking shit like that. And Cambosa is just like, it was like a win mentally for him. T.O., you was uncomfortable, bro. You really, really mad right now, and not in a good way. Like you mad, like emotional mad. You ain't mad like keeping it under control, like you acting out mad.
This nigga still got in his mind that Devin Haney ducked him.
Yeah.
That nigga, he still believed that Devin Haney ducked him. I'm like, nigga, Devin Haney was trying to fight you. You went and fought Cambosa. You were the one that went and fought Cambosa, not Devin Haney.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this nigga is literally he's motherfucking AJ. AJ need to be his big brother.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So they said Omar Figueroa retired finally.
He got his ass beat.
I think that's what's going to happen to T.O. I think he's going to run into a Hector Garcia. He's going to run into a Hector Garcia or another Cambosa. He's going to think that's going to be the easy fight instead of fighting one of those guys in the top 10, and he's going to get knocked the fuck out. I really want him and Ryan to fight, though. I know they never going to, but I really want them two niggas to fight.
Mm-hmm. Ryan and Tio. Yeah, yep. They got more in common than they think. They both delusional.
Yeah.
They not really in touch with reality. Demetrius Bright was good, bro. Who's a top 10 junior welterweights? You know what? To be honest, I don't have a list, but I do have that list in front of me. And other than like, I'm gonna read the list they got.
The only difference between Ryan Garcia and Teo is Teo got better footwork. The only difference.
Yeah, what is she talking about right now? I don't know what the hell she talking about. But yeah, my bad. Yeah, I just got distracted. Somebody texted me. Yeah, Josh Taylor is number 1. Regis is 2. Jose Ramirez 3. Zepeda is 4.
I be doing the same thing, bro.
Yo, I'm laughing because that time I really was reading the text like somebody some weird. Like, what is she saying right now? Like, huh? Like, between me and you, what is you trying to say? It just threw me off. Like, what? But sometimes you'll lose your train of thought. That weed memory will kick in. You'll be like, hold on, what just happened? Don't nobody do that shit more than my cousin. He do that shit religiously. You would think he faking how bad he'd be like, damn, what was I just saying?
Not free. I'm the same way, bro. This shit disease. It's a disease, bro. It's a real name for this shit though. Like where you get a text message and you can't not look at it. Yeah, it's a real thing, bro.
Oh man, and I'm laughing because I'm hearing you laughing, and I know you just picked up on it. So I'm like, I'm trying to keep going. But I really did get the text message. I finally learned to start muting my damn phone so that shit don't be beeping every couple seconds. Yeah,
that's a real disease.
That's my Teo is 5, Gary Antuanne 6, Catterall 7, Barboza 8, Matias 9, and Montana Love 10. That's a cool top 10 for 140 for me. Like I don't really disagree with that. The only confusion I have is Teo at number 5. It's good. Demetrius was good with it, bro. Someone posted DMs with TLT was going on, sending the Addy and everything. Although we got pressed with random DMs. Oh, so you mean to tell him? So you mean to tell me if I really hear him say that he undisputed again? If you say he undisputed again, and I hit him in a DM and snap on him, he might respond for real. Damn, yo, that'd be content like a motherfucker, right? If that nigga he sent me his Addy, boy, that shit it's just my luck. He won't say nothing to me. Omar, he said Omar started crying. Yeah, man, he broke down. I mean,
not send me his address. That nigga live in Arkansas too. He better not send me that motherfucker.
Raining like shit off this bitch.
Shit, my bad.
Because Omar started crying. Well, we already know Omar has health issues.
Yeah.
He started crying.
Acting up. Yeah,
he started crying. He really would have been crying if he would have fought motherfucking for Adrian Bona.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga was just getting hit with nothing but big shots. I'm
starting to think that's why he was really mad though, because he wanted that win over Broner. He wanted that name to win, and he wanted to. I'm starting to think he was gonna retire either way, and his plans got ruined. That's why he was hurt like that. Them plans got ruined. Dude ruined his plans by lipping yet. He probably was gonna try to retire on a high note by beating Broner, and that shit Broner didn't afford him that opportunity. He ain't care what condition Broner got in the ring, long as he got his win. That's why I'm glad he didn't give it to him. His weird ass is finna go off on his DMs facts. I'm gonna just go off on this shit. Be like, yo, if I hear you say you undisputed one more time, I'm gonna get your Addy from that troll that you gave to him. I'm gonna come see you. I'm gonna come see what that undisputed about. It would just talk crazy to him, see if he respond. Because that's one thing with these little fragile ass boxers. They respond to negativity in a heartbeat. You can be positive as hell, motherfucker don't respond to that. But as soon as you say some shit to them, they be arguing. Motherfuckers just to stay having the Charlos arguing back and forth at first. Before they got hit they stride, when it was early on, a little bit earlier, some years ago, they used to be arguing with people in the comments too.
Yeah.
They just don't do it no more. It's rare now. I don't see it no more. But they used to do it before. I'll be seeing mad comment creeping. Some of that shit be funny as hell. Be comment creeping.
Tank Davis would go out on. Tank Davis would sit up all night and go off on people. That's how I know he be having real busy days, because at night he be having free time. He'd just sit up all night and go out on the motherfucker.
That's funny. That Tank go off, sit there, spaz out on niggas.
For real.
Tank crazy as hell, man. Yeah, man. This
Tank tweet shit and delete it more than anybody you'll know, for real. Tank one of the niggas, you gotta follow him on Twitter and put that shit on notifications, bro. You'll see everything going on with Tank, because he gonna tweet it and delete it, and I can read on everything.
I think that's intentional by now. He leave it up long enough for people.
It is intentional, bro.
Then he delete it.
It is intentional.
Sipping was good with it.
Tank wants you to know, but he know if you ain't paying attention, you ain't gonna know. But he wants you to know. But he can't necessarily say everything he wants you to know. But if you pay attention, you'll know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Little crazy ass. Crazy ass. Yeah, but to 40 gonna heat up, man, especially as long as people stand on their words, because all these fighters do more than enough talking nowadays. So I just want to see the right people fight. Ain't anything less is waste.
40 about to be the new 47.
Yeah.
Because that's where all the competition. That's where all the competition is at right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then repeat.
47 only got a few guys, and then it's like, okay, who else?
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at 40, you're like, okay, that's a motherfucking good ass fighter. That's a good ass fighter. Okay, that's a good ass fighter. That's a good ass. You just going down the list. You look at 47. You got Boost, Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz Jr., Conor Ben, Speedy Rashid Ellis. Who else?
Mm-hmm.
Keith Thurman, maybe. And then you like, okay, who else? Who's after that?
Mm-hmm.
Because Bud, EJ and Bud, they pretty much cancel themselves out. EJ going to 54. I don't know what the fuck Bud doing. So, Bud going to fight Josh Taylor for
Somebody gonna get their ass beat. Tell me, somebody get their ass beat.
I know. So, hold on. Isn't that even intriguing for Bud to even move down and fight at 40, because he's still only fighting for the WBO belt? There's only one belt.
Budrick went from fucking looking for the big fish in the water to silence of the land.
No, these motherfuckers.
What you said, just do.
These motherfuckers ducking like shit, though.
Nah, fact is the era of emotions. These some emotional ass fighters. These dudes sensitive as hell. Y'all box and be sensitive when people critique y'all little sensitive asses, man. Well, stop talking so much. Y'all give us all the fucking critiques that we need. Y'all give us all the damn ammo we need.
I love when these motherfuckers come out here acting like assholes, because now we got more content.
Yeah. You want to be our sword? I got you.
When niggas is acting right, we ain't got shit to talk about. We're like, okay, we're gonna wait to see this fight come up, and then we wait till the motherfucker week of the fight, and then we start talking about that fight. But when niggas start acting stupid, oh shit, nigga, we got a whole week full of content.
Yeah. Yeah, they some emotional guys, man. Bud versus Josh, yeah, right? Yoda was good with it, Crush.
G5. Don't smoke the brother.
What's good with it, man?
What's happening, man? What it do? I heard y'all up here cooking, man. I've been over
KJ was good with it, man. Bro, becoming a joke. Yeah, he acting crazy skis.
You know what I'm saying? Thursday, daytime. I seen a little clip. He said he trying to come and catch a body. Shit, we gonna be carting his goddamn self out.
Oh shit!
He can't make no friends. I'm like, okay. So I made me a little show. Let's get it.
Oh, y'all know who I'm about to cook. I'm about to roast the shit out of his motherfucker big forehead having ass.
Okay.
Motherfucker Keith Thurman bitch ass.
Oh
y'all saw that
did y'all see him with that tall tee on?
He had that fucking 5X Galaxy tee on, yo. Fuck is he?
He tell me, say, baby, why you got a tall tee on? I say, shit, I don't even know.
Yeah, he a fool. That's why.
I said, I don't think he was missing with the sister.
This nigga Keith Thurman told Brian Custner. He said, for all those young guys that think I'm a motherfucking gatekeeper, nigga, that motherfucking door is closed. If you want to, I'm a legend. I'm a veteran in this motherfucking game. He said, ain't nobody put my name on no contract, because if they do, I signed it. Boom, send the motherfucking contract. Send that motherfucking contract. Because this nigga out here talking big shit on Showtime.
3X, man. He really had a Galaxy tee on. Big.
I'm trying to tell y'all. The only thing he was missing was that sticker.
Yeah.
That child tee sticker.
And he took it fresh out the package right before he went on that interview.
Yeah, it was crispy and everything. I'm like, damn, it's just big as hell. Like, goddamn, soggy cereal shirt wearing that boy.
That motherfucker forehead big as shit.
With that big ass shirt, like nobody wasn't gonna say nothing. That shit looked like an apron, man. Big shit.
I tell you, nigga had on a goddamn robe, shit.
Keith
Draped all over his ass and shit.
Keith Thurman need to do like LL Cool J, always wear a hat. That nigga forehead big as shit.
He was
man, nigga. That boy cut his hair and then the edge up, nigga started running away from his forehead. They got a beat.
With the Jamaican jewel game on and shit.
And I don't know if they put motherfucker Vaseline on his motherfucker forehead or not, but that motherfucker was shining bright as hell in the motherfucking camera.
I'm trying to tell you, nigga shit was sitting up there like a goddamn disco ball with baby oil on it. Right. Just shine. I'm like, goddamn, that nigga Keith Thurman glossy than a motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah, you know, you see me contract, you know I signed it. Okay.
Talking about Earl Spence. Oh, Earl Spence, you fought for the WBC belt that I vacated. You fought for the WBA belt that I didn't get a chance to rematch for. Nigga, he fought for those belts because your bitch ass ducked them.
Ducked him.
What the fuck you talking about?
Exactly.
You ducked them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was gonna beat Manny Pacquiao, then I was gonna go fight Earl Spence. No, the fuck you wasn't. You was ducking the shit out of Earl Spence.
Never had no plans of fighting Earl. Hell no. That shit terrified your ass. Cause every time they mentioned it from the first time Earl got hot, your ass was terrified, boy. That boy was over there playing fucking ping pong with that fucking question.
That motherfucker Brian Custer said, well, you said you don't want to move up to fight Danny because there's no belt involved, but Laura is here tonight, and Laura called your name out. He said Laura is here. Laura called your name out. He said, well. I mean, yeah, I did hear Laura say my name and all, but I mean. You know the stats. I don't know how many people moved up 2 weight classes and was successful. I was laughing like shit. I was like, this nigga stuttering like shit. This motherfucker is nervous as hell. Because I know if you just say, oh, I fight Laura, Brian Custer was going to bring Laura up there for an interview.
You know it. You know he was going to do it.
Keith Thurman did not want that smoke last night on national TV.
Keith Thurman ain't trying to fight nobody, man.
Hell no. He ain't know what he big forehead ass. Thurman ass. His ass to get clown. Yeah, he is. Fuck that. It was greasy.
Driving theater forehead having ass.
Yeah, he is. He is as a commentator right now. He said he gonna say this get back here. Now if he come back on layoff, somebody gonna starch his ass. I'm telling you, better stop playing with them folks.
Keith Thurman look like the Keith Thurman forehead look like a light skinned version of Tim Bradley.
Barrel forehead having ass motherfucker.
Strong head ass. Send a black head ass boy.
Yeah, I know who he be talking to when he be like Keith Thurman. He be talking in third person. He be like Keith Thurman. That nigga be talking about his forehead. They don't be talking about nobody else.
Yeah. Will Madera punched the absolute shit out of him.
Yeah, because this is his own person. His forehead got his own social security number.
That nigga said. He said these motherfuckers, these upcoming fighters, these young guys want to keep thinking I'm a gatekeeper. I ain't no gatekeeper. That gate is closed. Ain't nobody put my name on no contract, because if they do, I sign it. Keith Thurman to sign it.
See? What I mean about these fighters. When them cameras and shit come on and that microphone get to going, they get to running that mouth, that persona.
Good,
I swear to God, I wish Boots was sitting right there in the motherfucking crowd. So Boots' ass could walk right up and be like, so you ready to make this fight? You ready to make this fight right now? Because that motherfucker act like he ain't know who the fuck Boots was when Boots was trying to get that fight.
Then you heard what he said about, didn't he do the same shit with Conor Ben? I didn't know who Conor Ben was.
No.
Try to say, I forgot how he phrased it, but you could tell he obviously knew who he was. He tried to act like he ain't know. No Conor Ben is, motherfucker.
Capping ass.
I hope y'all fighters get that. Like when y'all act like y'all don't know what's going on in y'all own division, that make you a fucking dummy. It's not cool not to know what the fuck going on, not to know who ready to put hands and feet on you. Fuck is you talking about? Like niggas ready to put fisticuffs to your ass. You talking about you don't know who somebody is? All right, bet. We gonna see when you get in there and get your ass handed to you, not knowing who he is.
Like I said, that nigga, he about to be another motherfucker, ducking ass nigga. Motherfucker fought Mario Barrio, ain't did shit since. You got Boots that ain't got no fight lined up.
You look like a show host of him.
Yeah, you had Conor Ben that didn't have. Had Conor Ben that didn't have no fight lined up, and you didn't fight neither one. Both of them motherfuckers try to fight you. Your ass ain't fighting neither one of them.
The man is Boosie.
That nigga ain't trying to get no smoke with nobody. All them niggas stop Keith Thurman. I got all of them niggas stopping Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's body is too weak. They gonna stop his ass.
Keith Thurman ain't trying to fight nobody. Keith Thurman trying to cash out.
Keith Thurman need to go fight Rolly Romero since he said ain't nobody at 140. Go fight Rolly.
Yeah, right. Rolly need to take his ass to 140 and stop playing.
Rolly ain't trying to get in there with no motherfucking 140 pounders.
No. That's why he try to call the whole division bums. Who you think you fooling, Rolly? You think we don't watch boxing, bro? The top 10 will fuck you up, aside from Teofimo. Top 10 to be on your ass in there. The fuck is you talking about? Regis is you in there.
Teofimo will fuck him up too, true enough.
True enough. He just better not get caught. I could see somebody breaking his fucking nose in his career at least once.
Teofimo and Rolly would never fight because they butt buddies.
Look at his nose, yo. That shit is a tar. I'm not even trying to be funny. His shit is like the emoji. His shit really like an emoji, yo. Like with the emoji you put in the chat.
You talking about the PBS emoji?
Tio shit. Yeah, look at his shit. His like, you know, the nose emoji that you put in your chat. His shit really look like that. His shit like this. That's Tio shit. I just put it in the chat. You tell me that nigga knows. You can take that shit right off the chat, cut it out, and place it right on his face, and it'll be exactly that. That's not his nose. That's his shit right there.
My boy Tio got that Owen Wilson nose. That fucked up bit.
The shit just already look like it's broke. So his nose don't look like this, y'all. That's not his nose. You fucking lying. Look at this shit at the thumbnail. You could copy and paste that shit right there.
All they gotta do is look at the bottom of the daggone screen and look at that nose and look at the bottom.
That's exactly it. Right, no exaggeration, no nothing. That's it right there. He got a damn schnoz.
So that nigga, Tio got a nose like Klay Thompson.
Yo, y'all remember that cartoon Bobby's World? The little big head dude is to ride the fucking, what is it? The tricycle? Man, Bobby's World, man. That's Tio all grown up.
I know what you're talking about.
That's Tio all grown up.
my granddaughter watched Bobby's World. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Big head ass. I fuck with Tio though, man. I just had to get some jokes in. And Bud don't fight Spence, so man, his DMs too. Fuck it, he like to fight outside the ring. It look like he might oblige me. He might put an addy in there too.
I might as well go ahead and give up on that one. I might as well go ahead and give up on that one. I told y'all was gonna hear the news. Y'all thought I was lying. I told y'all.
What's that?
The IBF and Spence.
Oh, what they doing?
They said they're giving them 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
To fight with Bud.
I mean, Budrick just got it. They doing that to put pressure on Budrick. That's That's all that is.
Even if they call Boots as the mandatory, Spence still got 9 months.
Yeah. So that's the thing in boxing. Ain't nothing overnight and immediate.
Yep. You still got 9 months.
Except for that mandatory that they slapped on Jamal Charlo, that was overnight. That shit wasn't. That man ain't even have. They ain't even.
That shit was 2 days later.
Yo, that man.
2 mandatories 2 days later. I was like, God damn.
That man had a mandatory before he had all the belts. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Because I be seeing how they be coming, everybody else, them shits be coming to him. They be taking them out the packaging and shit. Boy, that boy had a mandatory before he had the fucking belts that he just worked hard for. That's mad disrespectful. I don't give a fuck what rule it is.
Tim Tszyu had already been the mandatory before that, right? He took step aside money to let them fight the second time. So that's why that jump was so quick. Like he had already been the mandatory before the second fight, right?
That kind of makes sense though. When you say it like that.
That's what it was with Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu had already took steps aside once. And Tim Tszyu was like, look, I'm not letting y'all do shit else. I'm gonna fight this. That's what happened with Tim.
Tio sent me an addy. I'm obliging him. I wish one of them dudes was punch steal me. That'd be a career mistake.
That fight for Tim Tszyu was in January, right?
Yep, January 23rd, something like that.
Yeah. Oh, did y'all see? I don't know if you saw. I'm quite sure you probably saw it. But Bivol and Zordo, they came to an agreement. Yeah, they came to an agreement. It's gonna be November 15th.
I thought it was November 5th.
I mean November 5th. That's what I meant to say. November 5th.
It's gonna be a good fight.
I'm gonna do a video. This gonna be my first.
I seen Tyson Fury and Usyk for
Yeah, I seen that.
I seen that.
Yeah, I seen that. I don't know how true that is though, but I seen that.
Mm-hmm.
That shit ain't true. That's what they trying to make.
Yeah. That's what I think.
That's what they trying to make.
fucking muddy.
Motherfucking Tyson Fury wasn't even in Saudi Arabia. How the fuck they made that fight already? That's what they trying to make. They trying to make that fight next.
Yeah, GGG don't gotta fight nobody. Big head fucker. Next time I put him in the thumbnail, I'm putting the Mad TV logo in there. Y'all gonna know what I'm talking about when I say he looked just like the Mad TV logo. Y'all think I'm playing. That boy got a boy Triple G. Why you think he ain't been knocked out yet? It ain't just his chin. That boy got a cinder block for a head. Y'all go Google Mad TV logo and put images and watch that freakish head man that come up as the logo of that shit. That's who he looked. Yeah, another one, fat head, bro. Sitting up trying to not say what's good, yo. Fury wants Usyk. That's cool. I got Fury over everybody at heavyweight. That's gonna be a tough fight. If Usyk,
he do like Mad TV. Okay,
you know, I'm telling you.
That shit gonna be a good ass fight.
Mm-hmm. Huh? Usyk just got a
he left soon as I got him.
Big Baby 2 more years. Yeah, I like Big Baby. I think some people got the mixed feelings about him because people be feeling like he getting anointed already as the next one up. But I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
As soon as I pulled up, because it was right.
What he's showing right now. He's showing a lot of skill at a very young age. That dude, what, 22? Young as hell. I apologize, they catch up, but when dudes drive by, sneak smack them and shit, they're finna to go. They hotheads. All you gotta do is talk a little bit of shit, just get stole. Do it like dude did in that Rocky movie. Touch me and I sue. He hooked his ass. He ain't care. Fury gonna beat Usyk up if they fight. They'll shit. He might. Big ass Neanderthal, fucking gargantuan. Ain't nobody who's supposed to be boxing and be that big anyway. That's first of all, that's cheating. First of all, before you even get to any of the shit he do inside the ring, it's cheating to be that big anyway. They probably ain't tell y'all that, but I'm gonna tell y'all. 6'9". Like, you don't go dunk a fucking basketball like everybody else that's 6'9", bro. You don't go block somebody on the line and some shit, bro. Get your big ass out of here. He is a 101, starting with the fucking specimen. Like, ain't nobody supposed to be that big boxing. I'm trying to tell you. That motherfucker like Brutus and Popeye with gloves on. In real life. Whatever the dude's name was. Brutus something his name was in Popeye. It's still sad, my boy AJ really got to give her that giant division once. They over 6'5" for reals. You got to be a super heavyweight. Like, get your ass out there. AJ, yeah. AJ did his thing. He just lost it after the fact. Snapped on the fan.
Wasn't no win. Make good work. Keep it professional. What? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Fuck on now,
Yeah, I said way to keep it professional.
I think he misinterpreted.
Yeah.
Niggas some dick riders, yo. I don't want to tell that nigga he tripping. Throw that man belts over there. You lucky Usyk ain't still on you, man. If that was, I bet you. See, you did that because now that I'm back talking about it, he did that because that was Usyk, bro. You know Usyk ain't care. He a little loose screw anyway. Say if that was like a Mike Tyson type, you'd have threw Tyson belts over the rope. You probably wouldn't have made it out the ring on your own. You would probably. I bet you he wouldn't have threw Mike shit out the ring like that. Mike would have slapped his big ass. And 9 times out of 10, if he'd have fought Mike, he'd have already been getting woke up. So he probably wouldn't even have the energy to throw his belts out the ring. But just had he recovered enough, and he'd have threw Mike belts out the ring, Mike would have probably stole off on him, man. Kurt Scooby, yeah. I follow Kurt Scooby on IG, bro. He look like he in crazy good shape. He look like a gym rat, Kurt Scooby. And he got my name, so I'll be paying attention to stupid shit like that when people be hooked them belts. Yeah. Nah, I mean, Mike would have slept him for that act, man. Mike would have put his dick in the dirt for that. Mike would have slapped him. He won yesterday, 8-0 now. Oh yeah. Did they have it? They had his fight televised, bro. I be trying to catch the prospects. Go to the Kronk Gym. What's up? What's at the Kronk Gym? Who up there? Tyson Fury ain't up there no more. Why he fired Sugar Hill? And Robert did a damn good job. True? Yeah, he did. I give Robert Garcia more credit than I gave him going into the fight. But again, just to be clear, the lack of credit didn't come from him, not being a good trainer. It just was the amount of time that he had. I didn't feel like it was significant enough to make a big enough difference in the fight. And although it did make a considerable difference, it still wasn't enough. But I still don't think it was on Robert Garcia. I still think it was more so on Joshua. It was all that win was largely dependent on him and his mental state. A lot of people say heart. I don't think it's his heart. I think you got heart. Anytime you get beat up by somebody and choose to get back in the ring with him, you got heart. Clearly. Usyk was asking for his flag back, and AJ was like, I'm talking, and apologized 3 times. Yeah, yo, he was tripping. That's what I'm saying. He was all over the place emotionally. Then he went in the back, snapped on the fan. That told him way to keep it professional. He misinterpreted. I get it. That's why Larry Wade was calming it down. I did recognize the person that was in there in that video talking to the older dude. That was Larry Wade. I said coach. So, but yeah, he did. He misheard him for sure. He said way to keep it professional. Robert, the coach, just had a little time. Yeah, facts. Yeah, and it's I to be honest, like based on the way this played out, it would have been very interesting to see if Robert Garcia was the trainer for the first fight and then was able to be the one for the second one as well. You get what I'm saying? I think that would have been dope. Hold on, y'all give me 2 seconds. My bad. It's a phone call. Usyk, oh yeah. But yeah, man. All in all, man, AJ fought well. He just didn't respond well after the loss to me. That's where it all came falling apart for him. He did a good job at conducting himself the right way in the interviews and like the face-offs and the little shit like that. He handled himself well. He saved a lot of talking and shit for the ring, and it it showed he fought his ass off, but it just all unraveled for him after he lost. And again, anytime a dude, he lucky. Like I hear people saying if that was like in the States and shit, or where he from, even in the UK, that shit when it went down like that, they would have shut it down. But because it was in Saudi Arabia, he was able to do that. But I don't know I'm not too sure about that being shut down in the UK because it seemed like they let them. And I do appreciate the fact that they allow them to get their shit off after somebody just gave you 12 rounds of risking their life. I don't think a few minutes of talking is crazy. You get what I'm saying? I don't think that's crazy, especially when you got some shit to say. But the fact that that was the shit that you chose to say was weird. Like you could have went a totally different direction than that. He could have went a totally different direction. Trainers and play a big part. Yeah. Especially if he had enough time, I would have been real interested to see if Robert Garcia was, like I said, was a trainer for the first fight, and then was able to like have him for a second camp, and this was their second fight together rather than being in their first. Way to keep it professional. How was any of that professional? Yeah, I think when dude said that to him, I think dude was just trying to give him credit for the intent behind what he did, because although it didn't come off the right way to the ear and to the eye, if you was watching and listening to me, like it looked real selfish, but I think his intent behind it was good, but it was filled and it was fueled by so much emotion, it diluted his message at the end of the day. You still knew what he was trying to do, but it was very awkward and cringy. Like, and you don't never want to see that. And then you got a whole team of people just letting you ramble on, ramble. You snapping at Lomachenko damn near. You snapping at everybody. It's like you snapping at Usyk. Like you say, ask for his flag back. You didn't give it back. It's like he was tripping. AJ coming back with a mean streak. Hey, I mean, he got two choices, Nazay. Either this make him timid and he'll never be the same, or he becomes hungrier and really go for it. And again, I said it earlier, he already got money. He's swimming in that. He already got losses, as he always states. The greats even got losses, right? So the only thing left for him is legacy. The only thing that should be motivating him to stay in boxing is legacy type fights, or the closest to that he can possibly get. Because anything else, you're just gonna get your ass beat. If you're not in the sport for the right reasons, you shouldn't be in it. And I ain't just saying retired, but you get what I'm saying. Let's go, AJ. Let's go inside. Yeah, I'm not against him. And again, let me be clear. I'm not gonna crucify him for being emotional, but it's something to think about. That fucks with my confidence in him as a fighter, and me feeling like he gonna beat the next person, because I just need to see where he at mentally. Again, the recovery is not physical. He did not get his ass beat from pillar to post. Like, just to be clear, he's very competitive. So the recovery is just gonna be what it is. Like, ain't like he got his ass beat bad. It's gonna be mental recovery for him, like, and emotional. Like, he gonna have to reel that shit back in. He can't keep running around being emotional like that. It's okay to cry. I'm not saying you can't cry, but once you showed all that emotion every which way, then cry, you made yourself like a big ass baby that wants sympathy almost. Like your initial intent was to get understanding and to explain yourself and maybe why you lost, but to try to give credit to Usyk, but it came out the wrong way because it was fueled, like I said, by way too much emotion. Had you allowed, your intellect to take over, what you had to say would have came out a lot more clear. You wouldn't have diluted your message with that emotional ranting and throwing somebody belts. Somebody fucked up. He was bugging. Like, he lucky. I'm telling that shit would never happen in the States. Nobody would be able to do all of that. They'd have been got you up out the ring, to be honest. So 50 killing Rick Ross on the versus battle. Where? Versus battle where, Crush? He deserved that. He deserved what? What's that? I feel like he could come back. Got to stick with Robert because we saw improvements. Yeah, you feel like he done skills. Again, for me, it's never been physical with AJ when you really get down to the nuts and bolts of the shit, man, or the nooks and crannies, whatever you want to call it. When you really get down to it, man, it's mental with that dude, man. He's not a kid. He grown as shit. It's mental with that man. Where is he going to be at mentally from here? Can he recover mentally from losing his third fight or his first time losing back-to-back fights? Back-to-back losses hit way different than one loss and then a win and then a loss and a win. That shit just different. That's why I always said when people used to say, like, to me, AB done, I used to say two things, man. I'm not making no excuses for him, but you show me where he lost back-to-back, and then you show me where a button beat him. And to those two things are answered, I mean, I could get it. He ain't who he wants. Cool, I understand that. But just when you say done, you got to put that in perspective. I don't just let people say that. Like, you ain't saying it. Just any old body ain't getting in there and beating. Like, we seen fighters lose it to the point where they ain't beating, prospects coming up or, motherfucking journeymen and shit like that. Journeymen start knocking people out or dropping motherfuckers. Like, you ain't seen that with AB. So, I mean, his version of done is still enough to compete with some of these dudes. And again, with him is mental, as you can see now. AJ won't really be a champ again, but he can make big fights. Yeah. I think with his name, he still got the ability to make big fights. Lady Do, what's going on? What is going on? Jose, what's good with it? Agree with you. This is something that mostly messed him up. Yeah, appreciate you stopping through. What's good with it? Yeah, man. He definitely still can fight. And again, I'm not in his shoes. I'm not no high level boxer. I'm not sitting there, with my record and resume and everything on the line and belts and all that shit. I get it. I'm from the outside of that, so it's easier for me to critique it. But you still can responsibly, respectfully put shit in perspective. That dude did not have to be that emotional in that way. And again, I was joking, but it was serious at the same. You better cry in the fucking car, man. For real. I ain't saying you gotta hide it from people, but don't be no damn emotional wreck. I say if you didn't do all the other emotional shit, if you didn't do it the way you started off, then crying would have been different. But the fact that you do a bitch fit basically first in the ring and did all of that shit, then you cry. It's like you went through. It's like he took a loss as if his career died, and he went through those emotions and shit that you go through, denial and all that acceptance. You get what I'm saying? Them steps, y'all know how it go. That he's he went through those type of emotions off a loss as if his career was dead and done with. And I just don't think he had to behave that way. It's like people be too fucking sensitive. Nah, it's easy to judge him, man. Shut up. I ain't saying nothing crazy. I'm just telling you what it is, man. You're gonna behave that way and people ain't gonna critique you for it. You was bugging. That shit was sensitive as hell. You was acting like a teenager, an emotional teenager. I don't know what the fuck you was on. That shit was bugged out. I'm looking at this. I'm like, yo, what? He was tripping, bro. Now you gonna steal the mic from a man on his night. He beat you. You was supposed to let him talk. You weren't supposed to do all of that. That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, for people not to see that, you too much of a fan, and that be the problem. Nah, it's something wrong. He wasn't supposed to do that. That's why that one dude on his team, whatever his name is, I forgot. Alex said his name earlier, but the fighter guy that I guess he used to fight. I don't know him though, but he called it out, and that's what I'm saying. And that's the dude AJ need to keep him closer, because that's the only yes man that you don't fucking got. They stand out. You see the way Lawrence Okoli was looking at the nigga. He had some distance sitting from me, looking at him like, damn, why is he saying that? He almost had that look like, damn, he really saying it? Yeah, he's saying it. That's the dude I'm gonna keep around me, the one that's gonna keep it real. He like, yo, you wasn't supposed to do that. That's a bad look. Your team just stood around and watched you crumble. You just you fought your ass off. Somebody was supposed to tell you, man, look, you got two choices. Congratulate this man, lift his hand up, walk with the flag, and get the fuck out the ring. Or throw your tantrum and get out the ring. Either way, get your ass out the ring. Not get on the microphone and do this WWE spill about going to jail and drugs. And man, what the fuck are you talking about? We heard that story before anyway. We ain't trying to hear that shit again. We don't feel sorry for you overcame. Look how much money you making. You overcame all of that. That's why people don't be able to relate to that shit no more. You so far removed from that, you cannot no longer use that as a way to connect with your audience. We don't want to hear that shit, bro. You so far removed from that. We get it. It was we accepted it the first go round when you invited us to that part of your life. He talked about that shit before. We don't want to hear that shit again. Now you so far removed from that. You rich as shit, and you can't handle losing at the highest level. Cut that shit out. Throwing people belts, trying to make it seem like it wasn't about the belts. If I lose, I'm gonna throw the belts to man. Show me that. Win them belts back first, and then throw them shits too, and then I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. But it's still bullshit to do. You don't throw the next nigga belts.
That was damage control, fam.
Mm-hmm.
He already knew if he lost back to back, they's gonna be saying, "Oh, he done" and all this shit. So he's already prepared for damage control. Trust me. You see how quickly he went and grabbed the mic after he got the announcement. He was prepared for this shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He prepared just in case. That's why he said, "Yeah, even if I win, I feel like I'm losing on the cards." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you sound like you. one of us going in the States, going to the UK in somebody's backyard to fight or some shit. Like, what you talking about?
Yeah,
Man, you don't get that treatment, bro.
he tripping, yo.
Get your ass up out of
He was
here.
like, "How did you beat me? How did you beat me? The belt's on my
I'm bigger. I'm stronger.
He said, "You're not strong. Something. You're not strong. Skill. You got skill. I have courage. I showed courage." I'm like, what the fuck? Usyk was looking at this nigga like, what is he on? He ain't never experienced that many emotions so fast. It's like he was on a bad trip or something, coming down off some drugs or something. He was just emotional as shit.
Hey, they didn't people Usyk body language though. You see when he initially grabbed the mic, one of Usyk, if y'all go back and check it out, one of Usyk team was about to grab him. Usyk grabbed his teammate, was like, let him go, let him get his shit out. Like Usyk, like, I don't give a fuck, he lost. Let him say what the fuck you want to say.
He was
you know what I'm saying?
Going. I'm like, boy, shut up, AJ. You tripping. You look crazy. Your muscle down there. Get out the ring.
I think it might have been his trainer, one of his corner men. They about to grab AJ. Like he grabbed them niggas. Like, hey, no, let them talk his shit. Like, we going home with we still got the belts, bro, and we got paid. Ain't no need for that. Let them say what the fuck. It don't even matter.
AJ was coming off them twos. So he was mad. He was tripping, bro. It was too emotional. I'm like, bro, it ain't even that deep, AJ. You bugging, bro.
Hey, AJ had one of them emotional drunk speeches when he fucked up with his girl, and that nigga just spilling his heart out of shit.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't trying to get kicked out. You know, he on his third strike with her ass, and she told your ass, nigga, I'm leaving your punk ass if your ass lose again. And that nigga, fuck this, I'm doing damage control. I got robbed. Looking ass. That's basically what he was saying in so many words. How did you beat me? He basically saying like, nigga, they robbed me. Without saying.
Loma looking bigger, not gonna lie. Loma almost got his ass socked out by AJ. AJ was about to sock Loma out, you know? He was about to sock Loma, man. I'm like, oh shit. Loma was trying to give him words of encouragement. He was like aggressive as hell with him.
Right. Skills. Exactly. Losing to one of the top heavyweights is not a bad thing. But he don't know how to. That's how you know he mentally weak. He don't even know how to dissect that and understand that concept. You know what I'm saying? Like losing to Usyk, bro, that's not bad, bro. The nigga was undisputed. He fought everybody that was somebody in his previous division. So you know he got heart, he got nuts.
He just fought too good and had spazzed out like that.
Man, bro, if you were talking about like, hey, in a loss, I get performance. Hold on.
Loma was about to get strangled. Loma was about to be collateral damage for him getting beat up. Loma wasn't about to be able to make his next fight fucking with AJ at that time. Boy, that boy was an emotional wreck. He was like 2 seconds off Loma ass. Loma was trying hype him up and give him his credit and shit, bring his morale up and shit. He wasn't going at first. He was spazzing. Told Loma, you just like everybody else in the crowd. Something he said, something weird. Like his big bro facts. Yeah, he was at that moment, he would have just grabbed Loma by his neck and cut his air supply for talking to him. AJ was on one. Yeah. AJ talking Loma. Usyk popped. Yeah, Usyk already let that belt shit slide. You lucky he ain't stealing. Now he'd have threw Iron Mike belts like that. Iron Mike would have left his ass right in the ring. Sleep.
Right.
AJ gave Loma some love and his speech. Yeah, he had to though. He had to because he just fucking snapped out. I ain't never seen nobody that aggressive with Loma. I forgot what Loma was saying to him, but he was being positive. AJ, fuck that. So I'm like, what is he? This dude spazzing. Throw somebody else belts after they done hauled off in your ass.
That comes from, like I said on my live earlier, that comes from a person always being catered to and never actually ever tasted defeat before.
That's what I said. What I called it. I said it, man. That dude, nobody tells him nothing. You can tell because when he threw the belts, nobody flinched. Nobody even got the balls to like walk up to him and try to even calm him down. Like, yo, you might be just tripping just a bit. None of that. They just like, fuck it, it's cool. We just gonna let him bug out. Then y'all gonna let him talk crazy like that to Loma. No, Usyk just beat you. He ain't you mad at Loma? Usyk, he ain't do nothing to you.
What?
Usyk just beat your ass.
That nigga Usyk was looking at AJ. He was like, nigga, give me my flag back.
Yo, for real. He told him to hold on or something. Somebody T20, I think he said. He told him to hold on.
Right.
Told him to hold on, and he said so mad times. He kept apologizing. Usyk at one point just didn't know what was going on. Like, what's happening right now? First my belts, now he got the mic, now he talking, now he got my flag too. I don't know. Is that he was really pushing 3 strikes? I don't know. Usyk might have had a case of still on him in there.
Yeah, he might have thought he was Usyk for a minute.
That man grabbed the mic and had a speech like he won. It started parading with the flag. He knelt to him and everything. He dropped his head on the man.
I've never seen nobody grab the mic and walk around the ring. The person that does the interview, he wasn't even standing right there. He took the mic from him and was just walking around the ring.
Yo, just talking, saying whatever he wanted to say. He was cutting people off. Even though he the one with the mic, how you got the mic and still cutting people off? He was tripping, man.
Everybody in the ring was scared as shit. They didn't know what the fuck to think because every time motherfucker Adrian Boner tried to grab the mic, they always push Adrian Boner back. They're like, no, you can't have the mic. I'll let you talk into it.
Yeah.
That nigga AJ took the mic. Niggas was like, man, I ain't fucking with that big motherfucker right now. That nigga having problems.
Facts. They was like, man, I don't know. They look nervous in there. AJ had them motherfuckers on their heels. Only one that was calm was Usyk looking at him like, boy, I just beat your ass. Don't make me do it again. Bag picked up the fucking belts. Usyk was like, yo, did you just throw my fucking belts? So I'm telling you now, just look at his face real quick.
So this nigga just threw my belts out the ring?
Yeah, and then he looked like he started to walk after him just to really look to make sure, like, yo, nah, I got shit for myself. He really just threw my belts out the ring.
Usyk looked at him like, nigga, did you just throw my belts out the ring? What the fuck is wrong with you?
He threw the belts out the ring, grabbed the mic, spazzed on his man. I think that's grounds for getting punched on. I think that's grounds for a snuff. Usyk was supposed to snuff him.
Hey, y'all go get my motherfucking belts before somebody try to take them bitches. Go get my belts.
Yeah, man. Eddie Hearn, shit out of luck. They fucked his plans all up. Jay Gibson was good, bro. Man, that shit had me crying, bro. This would have avoided. He would have been 50 million richer versus Wilder. Facts, Wilder, but in boxing, no guarantee to the final bell or NyQuil break. In fact, Skills, you know that melatonin movie was going to be playing and Joshua had he fight Wilder. It still would. He's just too stiff for Wilder. He going to be right in line for the right hand. I don't see him avoiding that punch. I don't. And I see sleep coming soon. I could see him partially blocking it and still getting knocked down. I swear I could. Muscles and all. And when he get up all heavy like that, it's going to be the beginning of the end. He's not going to be able to fight his way up out of that. Usyk, man. Usyk looked at him, yo. He's a character, yo. Like,
that shit was funny as hell. That nigga Usyk.
He did that to the right person.
Usyk looked at that nigga like, man, this nigga just threw my fucking belts out the ring.
I really would have wished that him and Big Baby could have fought, man. Even if he would have had the pop for the steroids after the fact, I still wanted to see that fight at that point when he looked like that. Now he looked shitty. He looked like a dude once they stopped taking all the shit now. That's how Jarrell Miller looked. That shit looked crazy. He had a comeback fight. He do not look the same. I know he had mad time off, but I'm talking about physically. He looked totally different in there. Look like a shell of himself already without losing. That shit crazy how these niggas be throwing their career away. Talking all that shit about him using steroids. Come to find out you pumping full of shit. That man spazzed out, yo. He wild. That shit was amazing.
Yep. That's what happens. That's what happens.
He really starts talking about, I'm not Tyson. No, he do put like Jeff Dempsey. You know, don't nobody think of none of those fighters when we see you fight. Like, I'm not even trying to hold you. I'm not trying to be funny and none of that. Like, we don't think of those people when we think of you. Tyson would have fucking slept him. I don't care what nobody say. He fought big niggas. He would have slept his big ass. There's make no mistake. He would have got inside that big robotic shit and knocked him out, man. Nothing in my mind is gonna change that. Tyson in his prime would put AJ to fucking bed.
Man, hell yeah. Tyson would have been. See, the thing with Tyson is, in order for you to beat Tyson, you have to have a jab. All those guys that beat Tyson, they had a jab. AJ don't have no jab like that. I mean, he got a jab, but he don't use it like that. You have to have a jab. That's how Lennox Lewis was able to beat him. That's how Holyfield was able to beat him. They kept him on the outside. And every time he came in, they had a jab, and they had a right hand right behind it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, cuz. That's real shit. That's what I'm saying. I truly think these fighters, like, I think that's the way the duck can be catching up to them. And sometimes we be too impatient to wait for it to happen, but I think it's just like how we be talking about how fighters don't do themselves no favors when they don't challenge themselves. It's the same thing like for the top level. It's like you start playing around and, you know what I mean? You're not really challenging yourself. That shit only come back to bite you in the ass.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it just hurts you at the end of the day. And you all this ducking when you could have just fought somebody like there's nobody that could lose to Wilder that won't be respected because you lost to him.
And see, that's the same thing that I say about Floyd with Tank Davis. I don't want that same shit to happen to Tank Davis. You keep putting him in there with these motherfucking caliber of fighters that's not on his level.
Mm-hmm.
Is dwindling his actual abilities.
Yeah.
He's not be able to maximize his ability because you putting him in there with motherfuckers that shouldn't be in the ring with him.
You know what though? He's in a blessed position because he's still been able to navigate through those fights and still learn, even though the opposition ain't been top tier. That's a rare situation, but I believe they can overplay their hand. That's why I said this Rolly thing was like that train of thought is at its peak right now. There's no more giving them those type of people like that ran its course. You have to put them in there with people that we think could probably beat them, or give them, you know what I mean? That's the closest to it. Like, you have to, or you just selling them short. And I don't care what you say, you're not showing that you really believe in them. But yeah, man, you don't lose to Wilder and lose respect because you get beat by him. But ducking them, you do. And you know what? Another part that this is just something that I think, this is a theory of mine. I wonder the people, like the things that Joshua consumed when it pertains to Wilder, was it a bunch of negative, like, were people really around this dude and really trying to convince him that Wilder ain't even on your level, he ain't worth you fighting, why fight him? Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I wonder.
Hell yeah, they was on that. No, they just try to say when who was it? BFTB just said it the other day. Dillian White fought Robert Herlanian. They try to say Wilder ain't never fight nobody with this caliber opponent. Nigga, what?
Huh? What?
Wilder fought every one of his title defense was a top 10 fighter. He didn't fight nobody that was below the top 10.
Saying shit. That's what I noticed when people do that shit when it comes to Wilder so blindly. They'll say anything without no way of it being validated, and they just run with it when it comes to Wilder. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, the craziest shit that I heard that I thought was funny, especially when I did my homework and realized that was the farthest thing from the truth. When somebody said the only reason he won a bronze medal is because he was knocking everybody out, and then you come to find out there was a complete opposite of that. And I'm like, yo, and then it be coming from a person that never seen an Olympic fight from him, not one. That shit crazy.
Then I think about it, I don't think he might have, but I don't think Deontay Wilder had a knockout in the amateurs.
You might didn't, yo.
I don't think he had a knockout in the amateurs.
Research, I could have swore. I was about to say that. I was about to go that far. say
he
he
had six like at like 50 fights, like 40 fights or something. He only had 6 knockouts, some shit like that.
Okay, 6. He had 6 of them out of 50 fights.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And then look how he changed it up when he became a pro. They found something with that dude.
So I mean, the only reason he won a bronze medal because he was knocking everybody out. Nigga, he ain't knocked nobody out in the Olympics.
That's what I'm saying. Olympics, and that's what I'm saying. Not just the amateurs, the Olympics is what I'm saying. That's what they were saying. He wasn't knocking everybody out and nothing. Fucker, he was outboxing, outpointing people, and he's better than what you think he is. So
you say he was knocking everybody out. That's why he got a bronze. He got a bronze medal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people be saying that stupid shit without knowing nothing about his Olympic pedigree.
So if that's the case, I could say the same thing for Joshua. That's the reason why he got a gold medal, because he knocked everybody out. How much truth is that? Not a lot, because he didn't knock nobody out in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm. I feel these skills shit, but for me, I say 6 is right on par for a Tank knockout. For me, like, and the fact that
and you know what's so funny?
Rolly actually fought back. Like, he bought himself some rounds. You get what I'm saying? He wasn't. He did a good job at not getting stung too hard, too early, where it would have like made him switch up his game plan. So he was comfortable until he got cracked. You get what I'm saying? Like, he was really, and that's the thing, and that's why I lean to Tank showing you IQ and patience, because it's like he realized this dude could crack, and he wanted to play it safe as well. He's like, I'm not about to let this dude hit me with nothing. Like, I'm gonna make him work, and I think it takes a lot of discipline and poise to be able to fight like that, and you doing it and allowing this dude to build this false confidence. This is what I was speaking of before. Like, you got fighters like Shakur, who confidence is built off the success he's having because it's legit success, and because of it, he becomes more comfortable and is able to do more offensively as he becomes more comfortable. Whereas Tank allowed Rolly to become comfortable, but it was false confidence, because in his mind he was. You got to think the level is Tank gonna raise your level, so you in there. You know, mentally, it's a lot for you. So any little success you do have, any one punch you land, probably in your mind, you doing so good and you get more. Yeah, I got him. Yeah, he backing up. You get really confident and you overcommitted, and he turns your lights out.
Tank already knew what Rolly was about, and in his mind, he kept saying, "I know he gonna walk into something. I'm just waiting." It just so happened. He walked into a punch that Tank wasn't even trying to land. He walked right into that shit, and it put his ass out.
Mm-hmm.
So he was trying to set his ass up with something else.
I definitely understand it, but that's how, like, certain fights, and when they play out like that, it force you to, like, really just try to break shit down and come up with, you know, reasons why you think it played out that way. And I think that's really what it was. Like, Tank allowed that man to build up false confidence, got him too comfortable, and it's like rocking you to sleep. Letting you get too comfortable, and then boom, like, that's exactly what he did. False confidence, because you wasn't having enough success to really create real separation in those rounds where, you know, you should have been walking away feeling so confident, but because this is Tank Davis and you ain't sleep yet, each round that you not sleep, even though you promised the first round knockout, you still thinking like, that's good. He ain't knocked me out yet. So you get what I'm saying? You banking off that, and you forgetting all the fact that this dude is actually intelligent in there. And what you might think is running is him just exploiting your weaknesses, you fucking idiot. And you will forever be limited because you're not smart enough to identify that what you called running, I had him running. No, he exposed your weaknesses, you dumbass, and you fell right for it. You fell for it. He showed you what you can do better than him, and he took away what you could do good.
What people fail to realize with Tank is Tank fights better on the back foot. He like for you to walk into something. Tank wants you to walk into something. He want to be on the back foot so he can have you to overcommit, like you said, and you walk right into something.
Yeah.
He did it with motherfucking. Well, the only person he didn't knock out on his back foot. Well, I ain't gonna say the only person, but the most recent person he didn't knock out on his back foot was Leo. He stepped to Leo and he made Leo throw that motherfucking jab twice.
He
and
got
on that
what's
second
name like that too. Stepped to him. He stepped to Barrios. Remember how he clipped him? He did him dirty.
Right. He made Leo throw that jab twice, and on that second one, he weaved that bitch and came with an uppercut, and it was curtains.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's all. That's until Rolly get in there with somebody, another good fighter, and actually beat him. Rolly is gonna go down as the person that got knocked out by Tank Davis. That's what he's gonna be remembered as. Because the motherfuckers that didn't know who Rolly is, if they see his picture now, motherfuckers, oh, that's the nigga that Tank Davis knocked out.
Yeah. Facts. But yeah, man, that's just one way to look at it. That dude, patience, and like I said, I think they've been fortunate enough to have a special kind of fighter that is intelligent enough to be able to learn in every fight that he's had, even though the competition ain't been his absolute best. And I'm telling you, I really think that's a rare kind of situation, and I think it's very important for them to identify and understand that and not overplay that hand. Put him in there with people that's going to threaten and raise his level. Believe in the man. You got something special in him. Anything less is just slighting him, man, and it's going to be unfortunate. Yeah.
I don't want him to fall into that category of it ain't gonna happen to me, because that's the same thing Tio thought. He thought he can just go in there and knock out Cambosa, and his ass got beat. And now motherfucking AJ thought he was gonna go in here in a rematch and just go and be able to bully motherfucking bully Usyk without throwing any punches, and he was just gonna fold. No, you got your ass outboxed. You had the right strategy, but you wasn't throwing nothing. You caught him in a corner, and you wasn't throwing anything. You was falling for his fakes every time. All you had to do was just go to his body. You started going to the body later in the motherfucking fight, and you was having success. If you would have did that at the beginning, you probably would have stopped him. Because them body shots was hurting Usyk. They was hurting the shit out of Usyk.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what he's more upset about. The fact that he realized he should have been doing that the whole time and he could have beat him. And now that the fight is over, he didn't, and he lost. Like, I should have did that shit from the beginning. I would have won. That's probably what the fuck he's thinking about. But I be hating when motherfuckers be getting their ass whooped and they really believe that they won this motherfucking fight. I'm like, dog, you've been getting your ass whooped the whole fucking fight. How you believe you won that fight?
I think when Tank had did that to his hand, or where he had that little moment right there, and that might sound crazy. I initially thought he had tweaked his hand too, but then looking back at it, it looked like he threw a shot and it didn't land, or he didn't catch him the way he wanted, and he had a moment, like a human moment, like, ah, shit, damn, like almost like he pouted for a quick second, or was frustrated in the ring that he didn't land the shot that he thought he was going to land, or some shit like that. Because for a second, I did thought he hurt his hand, but the way he snapped back and the fact that I ain't see no evidence of his hand being hurt, you know, yeah, I mean, some people that, you know.
He said at the post-fight interview, he said, they asked him about it. He was like, huh? He didn't even remember he did it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was like, yo, he ain't hurt his hand. It was the, what's the name? He said something. He threw a punch. Yes. There it go, Crush. He threw a left hook and it didn't land. And he made like he had like a reaction, like, you know how you do something and it don't work and you had that moment for a second, but he had it in the ring, so it just looked weird, like, because he snapped back quick as hell. He just had a moment.
Yeah, because I remember I was listening to Blue Bud, the play-by-play, and Blue Bud was like, oh, Tank Davis hurt his hand again. He hurt his hand again. But I'm sitting there watching the fight. I'm like, Nah, he ain't hurt his hand. He's still throwing it. But I mean, he did say like he heard it, but I mean, like I said, it could have been just like you said. He threw a shot and he missed, and he probably like, damn, I should have threw that bitch a little bit higher. I would have caught him.
That shit just was like bothered him. He wanted to crack his ass.
Right.
Wanted to crack his motherfucking ass.
But
hopefully he give us what we want from here. That's the punch he wanted to sleeping with. Oh yeah. Like I'm telling you, man. And he still ended up catching him with a left too.
Right.
Fucked his ass up.
Yeah, but these motherfuckers, these fighters gotta stop living in these daggone bubbles and putting all these yes men around them, and you won't have situations like we had last night. You got all these yes men around you. That's what's going to end up happening because everybody's always bigging up your ego instead of telling your ass the truth. Nah, you didn't do so good in that fight, or you need to fight that motherfucker. If you fight him and beat him, that's a legacy fight. That you will always go down as you fought the best. But they so used to having motherfuckers in their corner and agreeing to everything they doing. You have situations like you had last night. Motherfuckers just have a mental breakdown in the motherfucking ring. Yeah. See what the hell you doing?
Shit.
Yeah, you seen what Mike Tyson been saying about himself? And he been using wheelchairs time to time now because of his back. Nah, yo, Mike is crazy, yo. Is it spinal? Did he say it was spinal this time? Like, cause we still after all these years, we still need to know how he broke his back and won a fight and did it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know what happened.
He said, I broke my back. He's like, what you mean you broke your back? Spinal.
He said like vertebrae or what? He said spinal. He was breathing all hard and shit. I'm like, yo, Mike is crazy. Mike, that shit is forever funny, bro. I can't believe. And Jim Gray be so fucking serious about his job, yo. He do his job for real. He be serious. Like, what did you mean you broke your back? Is it vertebrae? He's trying to explain it the best way he could. This motherfucker said spinal.
No, I knew Mike. I knew
Mike
had mental issues when the nigga told somebody, he's like, I eat your fucking kids. He said I eat your kids or some shit. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about, Mike? You talking about eating people's kids? I'm like, this nigga's crazy. Oh yeah. I wouldn't want to get in the ring with his ass. That nigga crazy. Go ahead, Case of Boy. Mike Tyson ready for you. Go ahead, Case of Boy want to get in the ring with Mike. Go ahead. It'll be the last time we see Case of Boy. That nigga going to sleep for a long time. That nigga Case of Boy had me dying. That nigga said he'd take one punch from Deontay Wilder. I was like, what? Nigga, he gonna kill you. Nah, I could take it. For $1 million, one punch on pay-per-view. And I want 50-50. I was like, Case of Boy, your ass is going to die. You ain't going to see none of that money.
So, yeah, you better write a will before you get in there so they could disperse the funds the right way.
Right. So that nigga Case of Boy turned his camera on. That nigga turned his camera on. I said, do y'all believe that he can survive one punch for Deontay Wilder?
Tyson crazy. I'm trying to tell you a lot of the shit Tyson be saying. I'm sorry, I hate to be that guy, but he be entirely too high, bro. He be high out his mind. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, yo, something about them older dudes that smoke heavy, yo, they be a different level of high, bro. It's like once you hit 50 or something, if you still smoking weed, it's like, I don't know if you had a period where you start back up, they just like a baby child. He be high out his mind. He just be saying anything, man.
Motherfucker, skills.
Still. University.
Skills from New Orleans. I mean, shit. Roberto Duran lost to all 3 of them, and he's still considered as one of the greats, one of the legends, and he lost to all 3 of them.
And got knocked out on his damn face.
Yeah, he got knocked out cold against Hearns. That nigga was sleep.
Mike
and shit. And Sugar Ray Leonard made that motherfucker say no mas.
Yeah.
Motherfucker was like, no, I don't want no more. It's over. I'm done.
Mike never blamed Teofimo mental health. Nah, he just won and said it was spinal. Mike, a different breed. He went and say shit be wrong. Spinal, that boy say he broke his damn back. That shit was hilarious. I'm like, this guy.
I think Mike Tyson he just say shit to make himself seem like he crazy.
Yeah, I'm saying, and the fact you add the fact that he be experimenting with that psychedelic and drugs and shit, man, he be tripping. Mike be bugging.
And he just wants you to think he crazy, so when you get in the ring, you already psyched out. Yeah, but I wanna see what's next for Usyk. Who he gonna fight next? That's what I want to see. I want to see who he fight next. I think he'll beat Herkovich as well, because Herkovich is even slower than AJ. Herkovich is even slower. So if he get in there with Herkovich, I think he's gonna beat Herkovich.
Yeah.
Herkovich, all he has is a puncher's chance. If he land a big punch, he might be able to knock out Usyk. But that's all he has. He don't have no boxing ability at all to stand up against Usyk. I just saw last night from Herkovich, that nigga needs to get back in the motherfucking gym ASAP. He need to be in the gym right now. That nigga looks terrible.
Yeah, he got exposed. I don't like using that word usually, but Herkovich looked like he got exposed last night. For sure.
He definitely got exposed.
Yeah,
like I said, it was like 3 or 4 times in that damn fight where he looked like he just wanted to quit. That nigga got punched in the face and that nigga went to walk off. He looked like he just wanted to quit.
To the best.
If that was anybody else that had,
it's never an issue losing to the best.
If Zane had some motherfucking energy, I think Zane probably would have got him out of there. He would have jumped on his ass and got him out of there.
Punching on his ass through them rounds. And it seemed like that's what Herkovich was kind of waiting for, but it was a dangerous game. Some of it I thought was part of his game plan. The other part was dude just being on his ass.
Yeah.
I think he was looking for dude to gas out probably sooner than that. Because it kind of looked like Usyk almost miscalculated that last night too. That's the difference I seen. I seen a lot more like movement but less punching by Usyk, which allowed AJ to fight at a pace that didn't push his gas tank to the limit, which let him hang around. And I think that's why it took him a minute to gas out. It took a little longer. Remember, I'd be saying 5, 6, 7, like he'd be ready. But this one, it looked like it took by like, let's say 9. It looked like it was at 8. He blew the low, and 9. It was 9.
Yeah, because that first fight with Usyk and AJ, Usyk jumped on AJ ass from round 1. He was on his ass.
The second one looked like he let him hang around longer, and the shit Joshua was doing, and little body shots and shit, was adding up and getting, he was doing some good damage to Usyk. But he overcalculated it and shot his load too soon, going for a knockout.
Yeah.
But his punches don't look like the typical person when he going for a knockout. It's like he be throwing big punches. I don't know. Maybe it's technique or something. It just seemed like he should be punching harder than that. I don't know.
It's definitely the technique. It's definitely the technique because it's like when he throw big punches, it don't look like he put his all into it. It's like he just swing it out. He swing it out there.
Yeah, just like almost. I don't want to call it an arm punch, but more than an arm punch. But he ain't getting I don't know. I guess the full extension under his under his punches or something, behind his punches or something. It's just something with it.
Cause that I think it was that 8th round or that 9th round when he caught Usyk with that big ass punch. Oh, if he would have stepped into when he threw that punch, Usyk would have been asleep. He caught Usyk coming right in, but he didn't step into it. It was like he just threw the punch because he saw Usyk coming. And Usyk just happened to walk right into the punch, but Usyk, he backed up and danced around and then came back and started hitting AJ with a couple of more shots to keep AJ off of him.
Mm-hmm.
But he caught Usyk a nice-ass punch. Like I said, if AJ would have stepped into it, I think he probably would have dropped Usyk.
Man, because a couple of them body shots look like they did some real damage. I was like, man, clipping Usyk ass. Then he went for it. I was like, I seen the way Usyk was weathering that storm. I was like, oh, man, he about to shoot his load. I see it coming. I said, what? He did it. Said, you ain't going to knock him out. That round ended. I said, he going to be in trouble if he tired. And, man, was he tired. Right on cue. I said, yeah. The minute he accelerated and his pace and started throwing the most, probably the most punches he threw in any one round. That 8th, I think it was the 8th. I bet you it was. The most punches he threw in the fight. And he blew his shit right there. And it was just, he looked like he don't have a good second win. Like everybody.
I could tell he was trying to, AJ was trying to pace himself. You could tell he was trying to pace himself.
And like I said, Usyk allowed him to pace himself a little bit more in this fight. That's why I think he lasted longer too. You know what I'm saying? The first one, he had that luxury. He looked like he was tired a little bit sooner. Couple rounds sooner in the first
everybody
one.
Talk about Deontay Wilder don't do no road work. Shit, AJ don't look like he run at all. That nigga be gassing out like a motherfucker.
That boy really explained why he lost, because he 18 stone. He ain't for. I mean, don't tell me that stone stuff. I don't even like that weight. What I don't know what that is. I still ain't got. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all got it by now, but bro, I don't know what stone is. I don't like it. I never like it. When they say that, I'd be like, man, why y'all just can't say the weight? Yo, everybody should be able to understand the numbers. Like 18 stone, what is that, bro? That's pissing me off.
That's the metric system over there in their country.
Yeah, it's weird to me. I want to understand it better. Is what I'm saying. I'm a little ignorant to it still, but I be hearing.
I don't understand that shit neither. I be on my motherfucking phone asking Siri. I be asking Siri to translate.
Yo,
I'm like, Siri, what is such and such stones in pounds? And then Siri tell me. I'm like, oh. So AJ came in at,
bro, how much do you fucking weigh? Like,
I think AJ came in at 245. I think AJ came in at 245, and Usyk came in at 221.
And remember, people kept saying he bulked up, this and that. And I told y'all that's why I do the reading before the fight. Pay attention. People will give you the information to the answers that you be wanting. They said he was not bulking up. He said, yo, nah, that's bull. He said, that's nonsense. He said, yo, we're going to come in that same 220 range that we normally come in. And what did he come in at?
I'm going to tell you why they said that. I'm going to tell you why they say he bulked up. He looked bigger because he turned that fat into muscle. He just looked bigger. But he wasn't bigger. He was actually more lean, but he was muscular. He was more muscular than he was before.
Yeah.
So he just looked bigger.
Yeah.
That's all it was. He just turned that fat into muscle.
Yeah, and you make a good point, T20. I think it was that 8th round because that's the one he blew his load in, I believe. But yeah, he don't have the. I don't want to try to slight him, but he don't have the mental makeup to be physically imposing, like making you feel him in there constantly. Like he don't have that mental. You know what I mean? Capacity to do that. Like he just don't do the mental makeup. He don't have that. That's just not how he built. Like he really be thinking he got skill for skill you and shit like that.
Yeah, AJ don't throw a lot of punches. Period. He only throws roughly about 15 to 20 punches per round. He don't throw a lot of punches. It's just the punches that he throws. If he lands them, they're gonna hurt.
Yeah, he be throwing some side, he be throwing some heat. He do when he get on his shit, especially if he comfortable. But ever since he got knocked out, It looked like he'd be really, really worried about what's coming back at him. And that just can't be good for a heavyweight because it makes him hesitant and gun shy. And that, like I said, you can't be that as a heavyweight, especially if you want to be the champion, bro. You gotta let your hands go. You can't be worried about what's coming back at you, like, and that to the point where you allow it to affect how you physically approach the fight from a strategic standpoint. You can't do that.
And in this fight, he got hit with some clean shots, but he didn't look like he was hurt like he was in the last fight.
Yeah, he did take those shots pretty well. He did.
He didn't look like he didn't like the last fight. He looked like he was hurt in the 12th round. Like Usyk was about to stop him.
He was mentally just stronger in this fight. Mentally, like he was more like, more willing. Like, I don't want to say willing to get hit, but when he got hit, he tried to get his back for sure. That's what I was saying. He turned this more into a tit for tat fight than it was in the first one.
Right.
The body shots that he did land were massive. Usyk get all the credit for taking those facts. As he seen Usyk was slowing down. Now he troubled Usyk with some of them body shots. He damn sure did. But that's the thing. I think that'd be Usyk. I think that's his Achilles heel, respectfully. And again, people just got to pay attention. Look at one of the more competitive fights he had was Derek Chisora. Just look at it. Look at the way he made Usyk uncomfortable, man. That he showed you something. He just wasn't able to complete the task. But he showed you what Usyk don't like and what makes him uncomfortable. Pressuring him, he's a rhythm fighter, man. It's easier said than done. I'm gonna always say that it's easier said than done, but he's a fucking rhythm fighter. If he sets into a rhythm, it's ball game for you. Set game match is going more than likely it's over. He's not one of them fight. Terrence Crawford, another one. He's a rhythm fighter. He set into a rhythm. He's gonna start picking you apart. It's just what it is. It's something he could do. You don't let him set in the rhythm. You take that away from him. You don't let him sit back, think. You know what I mean? Get to pick all his shots, fight at his pace. You will fucking lose. I guarantee you will lose with him like that. You gotta make shit uncomfortable for those dudes that, you know what I mean, are rhythm fighters. It's just like that. You gotta do something to break their rhythm, offset their time and shit like that. Like I always say, it's easier said than done, but it can be done. And when you've seen people have success, that's exactly what they've done. But they've done it just in spots, and they haven't done it over a consistent body of work where they could get the win. And that's just what it is. But all in all, man, good night of boxing, as it always is, man. Good discussion about these 140 fighters. Hopefully these dudes all mix it up with each other so we can see some good fights. And that's just what it is, man. But I ain't gonna hold y'all here no longer. I'm over 3 hours, second live of the day. I appreciate everybody that came through. Y'all smash that like button for me on the way out if y'all haven't. T, you already know. Appreciate you as always, my bro. We gonna keep cooking, T20. Appreciate you, my bro. Appreciate all y'all smash that button, man. I'll be back tomorrow to chop it up with some more boxing. That's all I got for now. I'm out of this joint. Peace.